That was good timing there, Shad. Welcome to it. We just finished watching House of the Dragon, episode 2. I don't even know what the title. They never put the title.
It just said episode 2 when it first uploaded. I never actually stopped to
Queen's Landing.
Queen's Landing.
Later.
Is that the name?
That's the name, Queen's Landing.
Whatever. Okay.
I'll give him that. That's a good pun for it. I was like, all right.
No.
I like it.
Nothing.
Gary, you got to get around the horn immediately.
Dude, we're going to get around the horn immediately, and we're going to start with Ryan.
This show's really frustrating to watch because like there's moments and things they do that I like. Like I like a lot of Damon stuff in this episode. And all the Damon stuff in this episode are all changes, right? They're all changes from the book because Damon should not be involved in this at all in any way, shape, or form. And I liked a lot of the Damon stuff. But then the other changes they make are infuriating and frustrating. This episode didn't play out the way I kind of expected it to because of how last episode ended and the fallout we expected with the sheep stealer stuff. I didn't expect them to play it the way that they did it before we get in any spoilers. It's frustrating to watch because all the little things are there. Like there's actors that I really like. Some of the visual effects are just fucking phenomenal, but half of the shit they do just seems retarded. And it's a very infuriating show to watch where you like some of the stuff they do and hate some of the stuff that they do.
Yeah, Shad.
I'm pretty much there with Ryan on that one where, I mean, on a surface level, if you're not really paying attention, I think this show is very engaging. Is it enjoyable? I don't know, because there's so few characters to root for, and those problems that has been in this show are really coming home to roost in this episode where you're like, okay, crappy people doing things for power and, you know, stuff happens. But, I mean, Damon is dynamic enough, and he came off a bit of a badass in this episode, and so that was kind of cool. But that's also, again, very surface level. If you start to look at what's actually going on, there are some big questions about some of the choices in this episode that I'm wondering about, and somewhere I was just like, okay, what? Why did you do that?
Can we say it, Shad, that Damon should just be the fucking king? Can we forget about all this other garbage going on? Damon Targaryen should be king of Westeros.
Easy by far. They really, in this episode, they really tried to make Rhaenyra look sympathetic. It felt like, where, you know, it almost like the underlining unspoken narrative of this episode was almost like trying to say, yeah, she's the one who really deserves the throne, kind of thing. When she doesn't, she's an awful queen. And she's still making, you know, massive mistakes stuff. And so I'm at a point where I'm still processing certain things. I'm trying to think about the coup, how they captured the city, how much of it is justified. And we'll have a discussion on that, I'm sure. But then there are other things that are more blatantly just thinking, what? And again, so the more you think about it, the kind of more problems you find. Yet, I have a feeling people will still be enjoying the show just for the fact that this is what I can give credit for. The status quo is changing. Dynamic things are happening. Things are being shifted and upended. And I like that about what's going on. At least it isn't maintaining and things that seem to be moving and changing and stuff. And that's certainly keeping me interested. So I can give it that much at this point.
Do you guys think, real quick, do you guys think that this was supposed to be episode 10 of season 2?
Broadly,
like that's what it felt like. Like we know everything that happened. I wasn't sure how much got combined, and maybe they put things together for the last 2 episodes into episode 1. But it feels like these were the penultimate and the finale for season 2.
I wish it was, so that I knew not to get excited for season 3. I wish that they gave us these episodes 2 years ago, so that I didn't sit here thinking, oh yeah, season 3, yeah, I got that to look forward to.
Fringy.
Show's over, man. It's done. I've lost complete confidence in their ability to basically write. It's over. Yeah, now it's going to be one of these shows where I watch just from like the perspective of what retarded stupid shit is going to happen this episode. What's the stupid theme that you think is brilliant that actually isn't, with like some really embarrassing choices for symbolism, because that's clearly like what you're obsessed with. It's over. It's like, it's just stupid now. Now it's become like a stupid show. And yeah, I've lost any confidence essentially that it's going to get better from here. Like now it's going to be this kind of show where you can never really sort of go into it with that sort of overarching confidence that they know what they're doing. Now, when something's happening, if it appears to be interesting, they'll be like, yeah, might not be though. might actually lead somewhere terrible. So yeah, man, I'm really unhappy with it. That was supremely disappointing.
Mahler.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. I just watched it with you, so I know what you think. I'll let the audience
know. How other best way to summarize than saying written by Sarah Hess?
Yes.
That was the warning. They told me. I can't complain. They said, hey, this is what this is. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch. And they're like, so what were you expecting? I thought it was fucking awful. I thought this is the end of the show for me as well. It was on a cliff's edge with episode 1. We were panicking on a lot of choices. It just fucking tumbled into the abyss. They've decapitated my interest and my faith, and that is irrelevant of any auto plot line, by the way. I know a lot of people assume that's where my rage is going to come from. It ain't. This is the second worst episode behind season 1, episode 9, as far as I'm concerned, which also makes sense because that was written by Sarah Hess.
I'm sensing a pattern. Profoundly disappointed. Az is going to be incorrigible after this. Az, I don't want to fucking hear it. I like to enjoy things. I thought there might be a chance for this season. I didn't hate season 2. I am thoroughly disappointed and not liking most of what I see there. Like with Ryan, as a fan of the books, there are moments that weren't in the books. Seeing Damon partying up with the North and the Rivermen, like that's cool. I would have rather seen the fish feed instead of singing about it, but I still think that was cool. But ultimately, it's a dumb show now. They're doing very dumb things that are very hard to believe. And you brought it up, Shad. I think this is Game of Thrones for secondary viewing now. I think you're on your phone and you look up, oh, a dragon. Oh, we changed the scene. There's some fighting. Okay, cool. But if you sit down and just watch it, none of this shit makes sense. And I'm going to say it. Fuck you, George R. Martin. This is another thing your fat, lazy ass wouldn't be involved in anymore. And now it's fucked up because he clearly was holding this thing together. And I don't know why people let Sarah Hess write. And after watching Supergirl and this, and then playing Mixtape, women shouldn't be allowed to write anything ever.
Oh, they're ruining everything.
To be honest, that's the moral of this entire show: is women are the problem.
Yes, it is.
And so, Shad, you said they wanted Rhaenyra to be sympathetic. There's certainly some of that there. The fallout of the death of Jace and her emotional stuff and everything like that. One of the things I said before we went live is I appreciated how utterly useless Rhaenyra came off through the whole thing. Because I was worried when just her and Damon walk in there and she's got the fucking sword on her belt.
And she put her hand on the hilt. I'm like, what is she gonna do?
Exactly.
And even when she draws the sword and they kind of just laugh at her, it's like,
yeah.
And I was really worried they were gonna have her start doing shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the time she actually does, it's on full display. I guess that's what I mean. What I appreciate is it's on full display for everyone. Everyone can see that she's not up to the task, that she's overly emotional, that she's kind of weak for both her advisors and now all the people at King's Landing. And I guess I'm surprised that they did that and didn't make her just fucking
flip it out, flip it around a couple times and go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or didn't just like this stone cold face where she chops off Otto's head.
Ryan,
and
I think they did that for the symbolism afterwards. I think it was all leading into the bloody footprints.
The bloody footprints.
No, exactly.
Yeah. This super is what I mean. Subtle.
I look at that as like, oh no, what you were interested is, oh no, and then Allison comes in, oh no, and then she sees that her childhood friend, has killed her father. Oh, what drama! And it's like, dude, I don't like what. Why is this the priority right now? Like, what Why is this what we're trying to draw the focus on for this story? Like, yeah, this is where the real story's at here. It's just
And
like
they just keep dispensing all these great actors too, like Garp from One Piece. He's just like a Kingsguard who's got a few lines. That guy's a great actor. You know, Reese Garp
Yeah.
from One Piece. Yeah, I don't know the actor's name. Reese Ifans. Did I say it close to right, Waller? Am I getting better? No,
You're doing wonderfully.
thank you. They bring him in for one fucking scene. One scene. You know, when you could have had more up to this point, because his ending is correct to the book, but you could have had more before that. That's where I question. And there's a lot going on in this episode. There's a lot of scenes, so it's going to feel like there was a lot going on. But if you think about some of them, shit. I think we should just go through
and
it.
it worked. Their stupid plan, their insane, crazy plan works. How is that possible? Sorry.
No, it's okay, because if you think of, there's a way it's explained in the book, which, I mean, we can just stop bringing up the book at this point. I think it's so far off it now that like it really doesn't really matter. The butterfly wings.
They do take King's Landing with relative ease and with very little bloodshed, and Allison is involved in that, and the Gold Cloaks are involved in that, but it happens in a much different way. And you know what? Maybe the fact that it's not explained all that much in the book, that it is rather vague, makes you kind of go by it and not think, I wonder how that actually went down. And when you see it, somebody try to write it and change parts of it.
Well, thank goodness we gave it to the powerhouse writer that is Sarah Hess.
Yeah, it's very like you're watching, you're like, okay, but could this really possibly happen? Like we only have 5 people for Damon to kill. Like, is that really all the people that would have stepped up? I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm kind of questioning, because there is an underlining logic to it, and it's that dragons are the ultimate weapon. They're the nuclear bombs. All the big defending dragon isn't there. They come in with 4, and they basically have the entire city at ransom. It will almost make more sense if they made that really clear. If you harm any one of us, the city burns. Lay down your arms. And then it would almost make more sense that no one opposed them, because they have that there.
Yeah, and Adam was supposed to be there, not Wolf and Hugh, but and circling the city to make sure nothing happened. Mm-hmm. And there's also a big change with Alice Rivers that I want to discuss later. Don't let me forget that, because I don't like it at all. I don't like what they did with her, and I like that character. I actually liked her. So
it was so obvious too. Like,
yeah,
when you see what the next time you see her, you're like, oh, that's why they did that. I see.
Nice set up and payoff in the same episode, man. That's great. For your serialized television show, when you set up a payoff 20 minutes before, that's some good stuff right there, man. Yeah.
So we start off with the end of the Battle of the Gullet. And Jace is dead, and Corlys is missing, and people are looking for him, and there's some of the Triarchy still there to mop up, but they're returning Jace's body to Dragonstone. It's a very somber scene. And now I'm gonna say, and you said it earlier, Ferengi, like
I did, yes. The performance
Emma D'Arcy's performance in this scene is really good, really good.
Too.
Screenshot notwithstanding.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Credit to the reaction response, and it felt real.
Yeah,
I got you, Gary. I got you.
You got me?
I mean, it was a good performance, and obviously she's melting down. But one thing that did. Sorry, yeah, maybe everything about Rhaenyra in this episode, screams, this is not somebody who should be queen.
No.
This is not somebody who can handle the pressures of leadership. This is not somebody who can, despite loss and despite all these things that happen, make a somewhat rational decision. And look, there's men that might not make rational decisions at the time, whatever. But there's no way that the majority of people would be looking at her and thinking this is our long-term leader. It's just not possible.
And the other thing that kind of came to my mind in that scene, and look, I think it's justified for a character in the scene, but if you're looking from a detached perspective that's not hooked in the emotion, it is another one of those scenes of her just taking, like, deflecting all accountability and blaming everyone else. Now, you would in that estate where your child has been lost, so you want to blame someone, and you're probably not going to blame yourself because you'd commit suicide, but there's fault on her behalf, and she doesn't. Not at one point does she acknowledge or realize that if I went out, that would have been me. Like this actually confirms Jace's actions in locking her away to save her life. Jace actually did save her life in essentially sacrificing himself in going out there in her stead. And I'm not blaming her that she doesn't realize that in her emotional state, but there is that aspect. This
reaction is completely like understandable for a mother that's just lost another one of her children in the span of like a month or whatever, right? However, it's not reasonable for somebody who's supposed to be the ruler of this continent.
Yeah.
You know,
well, just like episode 1, it's borderline petulance for a lot of the people who she resides over, which is going to cause hopefully more problems that the show will have consequences for. I don't really have any issue with this scene. I have issues with how we got here. One of the things that really bugs me, and this episode tries to lampshade it and get away with it, is what the fuck were the 3 dragons doing? They should have been at the gullet. There's no explanation for that other than, we just
budget.
Waited around. Well, yeah, we know meta reasons why and changes or whatever they make, but she should be fucking furious that never took place. But then again, she can't really because she never commanded it either. She was just like, I'm just going to go there myself. Because, the assumption is they're dealing with Vhagar, but they weren't. What the fuck is that? There's no communication. There's nothing. And of course, we see them at the end of the Gullet Battle. They do just turn up at the end. It's like, so what's to be done about this? And they have Daemon later acknowledge it and be angry about it and then move on.
And how did it take them longer to get there than Sheep Stealer? It was farther away.
It's just, yeah. So, and then of course the other angle is she's been such a shitty leader. She's been so manipulated by the White Worm, who again, Daemon lampshades this reality, doesn't do anything about it though.
Well, yeah, because what is the show's opinion of her? What does the show think about that character?
Like, when Daemon saw the White Worm, I was almost wishing him to just behead her right then.
I'm sorry, I think it's in character. He would have killed her there and then. Like, no fucking way have you managed to slither up the chain this far. I've not even been gone that long.
But instead, he points that out, and then the two of them sit down together to just have a chat about like the general strategy moving forward.
Yeah,
he's explicit that he does not know her intentions and that it might very well be to sabotage him. And then he's like, "So anyway, moving on."
So
he knows that she kind of has it out for him because he betrayed her in the past, and so he would be rightfully, you'd be justified in thinking that this woman has no good intentions for me and has probably caused a lot of the problems, and so just cut it off at the head.
And I thought we kind of dealt with Daemon bending the knee to Rhaenyra, so she's going to start trusting him more. I won't say fully trust him, but she still trusts the White
fucking
Worm
says to her, like, hey, remember, trust me more than Daemon. It's like, that is the most sus shit you could ever have heard from her. Come on.
I mean, hasn't Daemon proved himself even more now that he led an entire army, won these battles all in her name, and at no point has he reached for the throne, and he could at any time. Like, even in this episode, if he wanted to, he could have just pushed her aside, sat on the throne, and no one would have challenged him. And so he's proven his loyalty 1,000% to her, but she doesn't seem to, realize it.
Nope. But good dramatic scene. And the Kingsguard offers, he's like, my life is yours. And she's all, what would that solve with your folly and his folly? It's like, what about your folly, Rhaenyra?
And that's what Jace said. Like, when he made the decision to listen to Jace and not let her out, like Jace said, your life for hers. Like, meaning that in that moment, he knew that he was going or could potentially die.
Yeah. Very much so. Very much so. So she cries. Jace is dead.
Sobbing.
At least it's not
Flatulence continues.
That's good stuff. And then we're off looking for Corliss Valerion, but we still have some. Now I'm assuming this is high tide.
Yeah, I believe so.
Or close
Surrounding
to.
areas, yeah.
Or close to it, yeah. And there's still some triarchy to mop up.
Like my guess is it's the people who like sacked High Tide.
Yep.
Or you know what I mean?
Yep. Go back to that very opening scene. Wasn't there 2 dragons or 1? Was it just Lady Bela mopping things up in the beginning, and Sheepstealer was already gone? I can't remember.
I'm trying to dodge copyright here, right? That's what I'm going to be.
I'll go back and look. You don't need to.
You're talking about the first scene we get before
Very first
before
scene,
we
yeah.
get Jace's like death reaction, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 1. So I think it's just 1. Okay.
In
So
theory, it could have been
Steelers-
3 of them that we see.
No, there's 2. There's 2. Oh, because it's because Adam
You smoke as well?
and
Well, it could be Moondancer, Adam, Ulf.
yeah, the dragon seed showed up basically
yeah.
later.
Yeah,
Okay. So Sheepstealer's already gone at this point. So there was some mop up after the battle. When I saw the water, I'm like, oh, are they going to continue the battle? Oh no.
And so that is something too that gets like revealed. I think it gets revealed here is like that there was a dragon there, and they didn't know who the rider was.
Yeah.
That kind of gobsmacked me because I guess it's true. I guess I have to go back and rewatch it, but I don't think that Bela at any point in time realizes that her sister is on that dragon. I don't think she ever sees the rider. Jace is the only one that does.
Yeah.
And then he dies. I did not think there was any way in hell that we weren't going to know who was on Sheepstealer. Which does throw a big wrinkle in things, obviously. And I think I know where they're headed with it, obviously.
Oh, definitely. I think it was you who brought it up last week, which was they're gonna loop her story back to Nettles, and Rhaenyra is gonna now be after. Well, obviously, because that's the way they're playing it out. Rhaenyra is gonna be after.
She orders Daemon to go hunt down Sheepstealer's rider and kill him, and that is when we're going to get Daemon there and refusing to kill his child. Like, that's what they're going to do.
Melodrama. That's what that is, as far as I'm concerned.
And I just...
The amount of contrivances that thing has been built on. I don't think there's no point going through all of it.
Got back to the Vale awfully fast.
Everybody's moving pretty quick in this. Like, there was a lot of movement in this episode, and...
Except for a few people, though.
The one person who should be able to travel the fucking fastest
Aemon
is slow as hell.
Very slow, and he only finally gets to Harrenhal at the end. But
at
least they showed some time.
I did look it up during the episode. I was like noticing how fast people were moving around, and Harrenhal is about 500 miles from Dragonstone. In theory, ravens in the Game of Thrones universe can go up to 50 miles an hour or something. So it would be 10 hours to get a message from there. However long it would take a dragon to fly. I think we're past the time limit. Like we're not talking weeks that it would take for this stuff, but half a day for a message to travel from there to Harrenhal.
I was so confused about the updates on Aemon that I thought we were doing a huge twist. Like he was going to fucking spring onto King's Landing being like, haha, I knew your plan the whole time or some shit. Because I was just like, why have we not seen him arrive at Harrenhal? What is taking so fucking long? And then it's just like, he's just slow, man. It's like, yeah, of course he is. Because he has to be.
Yep. The script called for it. I did the, I can't remember what it is, but I did the math on Daenerys flying up to the wall or past the wall after Gendry freaking did the message, and it was days. He has to run from
that's a lot further. Yeah.
Westeros is supposed to be the same.
then,
Same size as South America. So in length or height or whatever. But I did it in my video. But
I couldn't believe what was happening here.
yeah, what? Okay, this chick has some balls.
Yeah,
for one, there's a dragon right there. That's kind of a loose cannon.
She's received a raven that this dragon is responsible for the death of the prince, and now she knows who the rider is.
Yep. That's some pretty nifty information right there.
I was about to say, considering how antagonistic she is, isn't everyone going to find out then? Is she going to send ravens to...
So I guess a question I had too is like they know Sheep Stealer, so they're like familiar with Sheep Stealer.
Yes.
Which
that surprised me. How did they even know who the dragon was?
It surprises me in this show. Sheep Stealer would have been on Dragonstone and would have been one of the wild dragons that people are aware of that live there. Yep. So, like in the source material, it wouldn't surprise me that they were familiar with Sheep Stealer. Considering Sheep Stealer is in the Vale, and everyone's like, it seems like only the people in the Vale even know there might be one out there. Like, because Rhaena seemed surprised that there was a dragon that lived there when she discovered it last season before she went on her fucking quest to Mordor. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me that they would know it was Sheep Stealer based on what the show is presenting us.
So she went from the gullet to here, and she was beaten by a raven. Like, how does what is the context there? Some guy writing on a boat saw this happen and immediately put the raven.
Yeah,
like go. Fuck off.
And how would they know who to tell? Yeah, and the Lady of the Vale wants protection from a dragon. Well, apparently you've had it like for a long time. Like the thought of a dragon being in the Vale would probably keep some invaders away. You know, just the idea of it. It doesn't matter who's in control. I guess they're just perfectly comfortable knowing, oh no, it just steals sheep. It's all good.
Just everything with Rhaena has from the writer's female feminine perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I get the pull to want to try to do this, and there's something about it that within George's universe, right? The idea that somebody who they desperately always wanted this thing and then they're presented with it or they get it and it's actually the worst thing that's ever happened to them. That is very George R.R. Martin,
yes,
Westeros-like. However, the execution of it has been boring and retarded. You know, sometimes you can get away with one of those things. When it's both of those things, it becomes really distracting.
Well,
and I just all this stuff with Rhaena erasing Nettles, I think has been a really poor decision. And every time she's on screen, it gets worse.
We had the white worm was like a pretty significant cancer. She spread into Rhaenyra. Rhaena has now spread into like the spine of the plot line. Like it's metastasized. We're screwed. Like the cancer spreads so fucking far now. Because, you know, Alicent's useless as well as a character. And it's just like we're knocking out so many significant and well worth plot lines and characters. We're running low on like consistently well executed. Because you said like it's a good Daemon episode. It's like, listen, I love Matt Smith. I think he's amazing as Daemon. But man, like I was looking at maybe a 65% success rate, maybe less because of the amount of stupid shit things he did this episode. And bear in mind, he's now my favorite character because my reigning favorite doesn't have a head anymore. So, you know, it's
it could still be your favorite.
Well, but it's like,
could be my
I get what
favorite
you
at
mean
that
in
point.
terms of there's sort of almost a contagion effect. It's like who is truly insulated from the problems that have been created by, you know, a handful of characters at this point. Like who is truly safe and far from harm in that sense. Like whose story doesn't intersect with these problems because it's like all downstream, and you're going to be thinking
Kristen
about that.
Cole, the character you're supposed to hate the most in the book. It's like I'm down with Mr. Black.
That's
Pill
true.
now.
He is safe. He is safe because he didn't have any lines of dialogue this episode.
I don't know, Free. I think he might just get executed in the next episode. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, that's a dead end now. Cool. All right. So who we got left?
So Sheep Stealer, she's basically telling lady, I always get them mixed up, Rhaena or
Jane Aaron.
Lady Rhaena or Bela.
This is Rhaena.
Rhaena, yeah,
because she's
telling her
retarded.
to fuck off, telling her to fuck. And she should tell her this. It's like you're bringing a bunch of shit to my door. No thanks. Piss off. I don't want to see you again. And then she says, "Well, you've always wanted a dragon. I have one."
By the way, there's several moments in this episode. This is another POV. You are the writer. I only wanted to help. Truly, it's like, well,
Really?
look how it's fucking worked out.
That's worked out great. That's worked out great. So she basically, she says, well, I can't control where you go, but I never want to see you again.
She's like, I'm not gonna tell everybody you're here,
Yep.
but don't fucking come by here again.
Yep.
But, you know, I also hope the gods don't say anything. I hope nobody was looking from the ramparts
Yep.
or anything. Just don't worry about it. I hope no word spreads because
Don't
that would
have
get me in
access to a
fucking
maester.
trouble
Yeah.
to have hidden the identity of the murderer of the prince. But don't worry about it. If anything, she has the power here to just be like, leave now. For every second you stay, you might just get shot with arrows. I'm not even kidding.
And they're at the bloody gate right there. So yeah, she basically says the veil is vast. I can't do much about it, but piss off. So she's going to be hanging out in the veil for however long.
A couple episodes till Damon goes there to hunt and finds her.
Yep.
And is presented with the conundrum of
the fact that she's going to be now in the wild with a dragon, you know, fending for herself.
dragon.
That was like, okay, yeah, she's Nettles. It's like,
Yeah, she's Nettles now.
Yep.
Then we get like I like this scene. You got
I like it a lot. Yeah.
the
Well,
the winter wolves with the the
We're
rivermen.
missing a bunch of stuff, though. Like, having seen them fight
Tons.
together would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, instead of singing about the fish feed, I would have rather have seen it. To be honest,
That would have
with
been
you.
nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed like Damon embracing like
Yeah.
that's what I like because Damon came into this. He storms the Riverlands expecting just with his dragon and his white hair that everybody will immediately do whatever the fuck he says. And they don't. He gains like this begrudging this dude who sees himself as a dragon incarnate, almost as better than everybody else because of their blood and where they come from and all this stuff. He very slowly starts to have this grudging respect for the people and their traditions and stuff like so I enjoy seeing it kind of come full circle.
Yep.
Even last episode where he's like, you know, Caraxes can take quick care of this and just burn everybody. And the people are like, no, we're in the Riverlands. We return ourselves to the mud. And he's like, all right, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So I do enjoy that with Damon.
Caraxes, please stop burning people. You know,
Nice to see Simon.
Or
as well.
Simon.
Simon's
Another high scorer for me, you know.
another great actor playing his role exceedingly well. I love
I'm
this guy.
sure he has a positive end.
Well,
Yeah.
everybody in this show is going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Why did all of the cool characters have to die in one episode, though?
Well, I mean,
One or two left.
getting the ending we did is what convinced me that this was originally written as the 10th episode of season.
No, I think
2.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
does.
it feels weird. I think that last week's episode, there's obviously problems with it, which we talked about last week, but I think the flow of it like works very well because I watched all of season 2 and I even ran a little bit over time, like when the premiere came out, and I was a little bit late, but I think it like flows really well as the tail end, as opposed to not watching anything for 2 years and then jumping into the premiere, because it doesn't feel like a premiere. The same way this doesn't feel like a second episode.
No, not at all.
But the problem is when you're airing it as a second episode, you have to think about making some fucking changes.
Yes. And I don't know how much they made. It's a mystery. Now I'm going to do it, Mahler, since I don't care that much. I'm going to start looking at the behind the scenes after each episode, which we really tried to not do after watching a
Don't
couple
venture there, Gary.
in
You'll
season
find
1.
pain.
No.
I
hurt
always
myself
watch
to
them.
feel.
Now, so I watch them after we do this show because obviously it ends and then we basically come in the room and start the show. I've always watched the behind the scenes. Sometimes it's fucking retarded.
It's
Sometimes.
yeah, it was ruining the show for me, so I stopped. I'm like,
Remember the contrast with the Night of the Seven Kingdoms behind the
Night of the
scenes?
Seven Kingdoms ones were great.
they were
Yeah.
so good. That show was so good. So
This
yeah,
actually made me miss Night of the Seven Kingdoms after I watched this. So I was like, I miss having characters I like.
so we got Black Alley there. See that, Ryan?
Yep. Black Alley, and again, that is a character from the books.
Yep.
So is a woman who can fight.
She's a good archer. She's a good archer. So yeah, they're having a good time.
Shad getting mad that the implication archers are weak.
How strong is her bow then? Is my literal thought in my head.
I don't know. But she kills. Who does she kill by shooting it through his eye slit? Chat. Who in the book does she kill? I can't remember now. It wasn't a Lannister. But yeah. So Simon Strong brings a bunch of fine wine and a message. And the message is Jace is dead and he is summoned to Dragonstone.
How do we not see this guy fighting, dude?
I don't know. It's a great actor. I mean, it's like hopefully at some point we do, right?
And it's interesting because they brought them in a little quicker than they probably should have been when they introduced them. We haven't seen them fight yet.
No, they're like at the end of every battle going, ha ha!
Yeah, well, that battle was crazy. We sure did that battle.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Oh, they got a lion head. Right? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, the lion.
They had such a build up to this with Damon needing to, get the people on his side, and then they had the big build up with the army approaching Harrenhal and stuff. And so that seemed to be the main battle. That seemed to be the battle they were building up to, not the gullet. And then we don't get this one. I'm like, okay.
No, so they're sending them down to King's Landing. So everybody's going. So they're vacating the Riverlands right now, and Damon. So this is something Damon wouldn't have done. He salutes them and goes King's Landing. He would have just expected them to do what he says, but he shows a little gratitude, which is growth for the character in this very inconsistent and terrible episode.
And like be an effective king.
Damon should be king.
Yes.
And then we get the coolest scene of the episode. We get to see Caraxes drinking water. I love this scene.
Yep.
I don't know why. I fucking loved seeing Caraxes just face buried in there gulping down water for some reason.
And then it precedes something I really fucking hate.
Yeah.
So Damon is talking to Alice Rivers, who is a mystery in the books, but it's been a mystery in this show. And she obviously serves the old gods. We talked about that last episode. She serves she just serves herself.
Yeah. And now I asked last episode what her motivations were because they seem completely bonkers. And now it lays it out clearly right here. She wants Harrenhal. This is making me kind of wanting to go back and rewatch everything that she does to see if she's actually pursuing that goal effectively.
You seem much more interesting than that.
Do you think that? So I don't know if that doesn't mean that she's still not serving the old gods.
Maybe.
To be honest,
it's more of a dull approach from her. She seems
what did she
meta
expect he was going to
intelligent.
say? Yes,
and she knows Damon better than almost anyone now because of the crazy influences she's got. And she decided to point blank say, someone you don't even really understand, wants Harrenhal. It's like,
and then he's like, what? Nah. And
like, I don't know what she thought was going to happen.
I hate you now.
And then she just flips on him. Like, that's it. I want Harrenhal. No. And she knew what the answer was going to be.
Unfortunately, because I'm nowhere near as familiar deliberately with what this is based on. So a later scene, we'll get there. But I was like, oh, that's why this scene exists now. That later bit. I get it. That's really well done.
It exists
Sarah.
to set something else that was ambiguous in the books. And I don't like it at all.
It felt odd, and it's like, now I know why, because it's fucking rushed.
Away all of the,
it was
essentially the way that it was said. It's like, so what actually happened here? I want something that I know that you can't give me. No, I'm not going to give you that. I am your enemy now. Like, what? That's the scene. Like,
yeah. And I get your point, Ryan, that there might be a bigger picture here, but it was just the execution of getting there was sloppy.
I'm not going to disagree with that at all. What's like going on in my mind right now is about her serving the old gods. Look, what I'm thinking, and I have no idea, is that she is some like manifestation of the old gods, and Harrenhal is cursed, right?
Yep.
Anybody that fucking takes Harrenhal, the worst end possible comes to them, and that's been historical over time and persists even in present day Westeros. And I wonder if it is almost like revenge from the old gods, because all the weirwoods were chopped down to make Harrenhal, and like a bunch were cleared out. It's right there near the Isle of Faces where this pact between men and the old god, like, and all this stuff happened. I do wonder if that's kind of what Alice Rivers represents. And I'm talking like real like mystical Westerosi shit right now.
Yes.
But if that's what they're hinting at, and that's what ends up happening, why she helps Aemon in an effort to basically ensure that Harrenhal remains empty when everyone kills each other. You know what I mean? I don't know.
There's a way they could have explained that was better than this.
Yeah.
And so
it just, with all they built in season 2, how long they took with all those scenes just for this one
God.
to be the cap off. Like, so anyway, I hate you. Cool,
Yeah.
bye.
And then
Piss
20
off.
minutes later, wow, look at this opportunity that's fallen into my lap. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
and it's to set up something else that we'll get to later. Remember what I told you. So he's going to take off. And then we have Alan looking for Pops, looking for dear old dad.
Corlys gets lost a lot, huh?
Baylor even says that.
Yeah.
Baylor's like, a
They
lot of
should-
people have like thought that my father was dead, but or that my grandsire was dead, but all of
Yep.
them have been wrong.
He needs a medieval flare gun.
He
Whenever
does.
gets lost.
So yeah, he runs into Bela. They have a conversation about Corlys. She refuses to believe that he is dead.
So
Don't count him out.
this really looked like that they were setting these two up for a relationship later on.
Well, considering they get married in the source material, probably so.
I didn't know the source material, but they
Oh,
made
sorry, Shad. Spoiler.
It,
Nothing
they made
like,
it
nothing like
very
the
subtle,
bastard.
didn't they?
Nothing like your bastard child marrying your granddaughter, huh?
Mhm.
Well,
Is that's what I was thinking. Like, is her uncle? Is that the family tree? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
ain't gonna be much
Yeah.
judgment for the rest of their family tree.
I know, right? Like
Yeah.
coming from, they've already got a niece marrying an uncle in this, so perfectly in line with them.
They had a son make out with his mom last episode. How
That's
can we
true as
forget
well.
that?
Yep.
Still recovering from that, Gary.
Yes. Alan is there. Adam is also looking around for Corlys. And in the final shot, they show Corlys he's still alive and he's laying on the beach. And then
There
they
he
cut.
is.
There he
Yeah,
is.
they cut. They just kind of tease it. Yep, he's alive.
Now we
Next
still
scene.
Tywin
Sorry.
Lannister is still floating in the ocean, possibly, or maybe, or maybe they just
I feel
killed
like
him
that
off.
should have been. I guess there was a lot in this episode, but I feel like that should have been resolved in this episode.
Yep.
You had two people wearing armor go underwater.
In the same episode, yeah, and
Yeah.
and they're both gonna pop up alive.
Well, he's still
probably.
wearing his armor. That was like, you'd think like, sorry, what he would have had to have done is somehow get the armor off. There, you can unbuckle it, and if you hold your breath long enough, you might just get it off in time, and then float to shore.
So the Corlys thing, the thing that doesn't make it like any sense to me is how long it takes them to find him. Because if you remember the last battle sequence, the reason the ship's falling apart and the reason Corlys falls is because they run into rocks, right? So like that water is very shallow. You can even see when they're having that final confrontation between black man and transgender, like they're able to stand. So that's the part that makes no sense to me. I can buy that Corlys is able to like crawl himself up because it's shallow, but why does it take 18 hours to find him?
Well, and he's in a completely different location now.
Yeah. Which implies he floated there. That makes no sense.
No,
You can't. Yeah. Causing themselves problems for no reason.
well, this is just the beginning. Let's be real.
So- You know what this whole scene layout reminded me of? Was like one of the pitch meeting episodes. Oh, they got caught by brigands now. How are they going to get out of that?
This
Oh,
is
super easy, barely an inconvenience.
this is the comedy
Standard.
TV show that I'd happily watch but never take seriously. I would just be like, this is funny. All of it's so funny. When it's like, that's Aegon, by the way. And you're like, yeah, I know. I don't think that the writers are taking this very seriously either. We're just having fun with these two, apparently. And it's like they are a ping pong ball inside a fucking a pinball in a pinball machine, and it's just like whatever happens, happens.
This is why it's fucking frustrating, right? Because we see them get captured in the last episode, and it was kind of fucking stupid. But it's like, all right, they're headed to Dusk, or I think they were trying to take them to like through Duskendale, and it's like, okay, some big shit could happen there. Maybe that's the way that they end up kind of getting out of this because there's a big attack. But then they just fucking happen upon it immediately. And it's like, well, it's completely retarded.
Yeah, it's pure luck, complete arbitrary luck that, they're freed here. And
Yep.
And what's the Triarchy doing here?
convenience, plot, Gary.
Yeah.
That's
It plays
like a Monty Python skit.
Yeah,
Like,
it is funny. I enjoy it, but I'm like, dude, this is not the tone to be striking for this. Like, we're having fun with how silly and stupid this is. Okay.
Like, I sometimes give this show too much credit because I was thinking, oh, maybe Laris had like a group of men that he pre-planned to meet at.
No,
that's what I thought was going to happen.
But no, it's complete random,
why doesn't he? Why doesn't he, man?
He was smart once. Now he's just like rolling the dice.
It's obvious that he is setting him up, or supposedly setting Aegon up to turn again.
He just
which
feels
gets
like a
revealed.
shittier. He's more like Thrawn than Littlefinger. They want him to be Littlefinger, but he ain't pulling it off now.
He's turning into that, and then they'll get free, and Laris will say, "See, I planned it all," or I did this. It is due to my genius. When it's like,
and Aegon prison shanks this dude, breaks an arrow when there's swords laying around.
I did like just the repeated shanking from it.
Yeah.
He just loses his shit.
I mean,
I guess I would too. If I was Aegon, had to sit there, I'm just in constant pain. Fucking Laris Strong's my only company. He's asking me to take off my shoes so he can jerk off to my feet or whatever. Like, I would probably get a little bit sick of being back there too.
And that's the thing. Aegon now, as a result of everything, he's probably, one of my most interested characters just because he's funny and how much he hates everything.
I get it.
Very relatable.
No, so Laris says, I forgot where he said he wanted to take him, but they're going to go back to Rook's Rest now.
Yeah, Aegon wants to go to Rook's Rest, and Laris, where did Laris want to go?
So I thought that they wanted. So I thought that these guys said they're heading to Duskendale, and that does make sense. If you're escaping King's Landing, Duskendale's not far away. It's towards it's towards Dragonstone. But then Rook's Rest would be further along that path, right? So maybe they were past Duskendale. I guess I don't really know, but I thought they were going to Duskendale.
Yeah, Clubfoot wanted to go somewhere else, and but as you see there, Aegon says like Cole has a garrison there. They'll be loyal to me.
Well, I thought he was going to say I need my fucking dragon. That's what I think.
Kind of where the dragon is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just killed it.
No, no,
they can't.
Sunfire's not dead.
There's something canonical that they've already put in Game of Thrones that would make that impossible.
Right.
But you know what? I wouldn't put it past him.
We can't put anything past him at this point. But there's no way. I think he goes there to find them, and he finds Sunfire.
Yeah, I don't think Sunfire's done. So he's all shit, and you could tell he was up to something with that look, right? And then we flip back to, and they found Corlys. So there was no just finding him; they just found him, and he delivers the line.
He does.
If this be victory, I pray I never win another.
And I liked him acknowledging, his bastard son, giving him a name, and his reply. That was good. I enjoyed that
Well,
because I like the character as well.
Well, he's got to ask the queen to legitimize him, but yeah.
It feels like it feels in this episode maybe not super rewarded, but it's because like that was the entire fucking plot line last season, and it was way too drawn out. There were too many scenes with Corliss and Alan at the same fucking spot on the same fucking dock talking about the same fucking thing. However, this was the thing that they were talking about that all led to the conversation they finally had where they broke new ground last episode. I do like that scene where he says father when Corliss falls in. He finally brought home the milk. Yeah. And I think this is good. I wish the scenes, the 5 scenes they had last season that were talking about the same thing were just a little more like had more substance to them.
It's so obviously they cut the head off the arc because they cut the 2 episodes off. Like this is clearly the end of the story of season 2's Corliss and Alan. It's just now it's so weird to be like, welcome to the finale of season 2, everyone. It's like
the pacing just seems off, and like if you watch all season 2 right before this, it probably feels a little bit better, but it feels off episodes 1 and 2, the things that happen just because the way they set the season.
So we've
up.
just finished season 2. We'll watch the season 3 premiere next week, which is a 6-episode season now. Because Warner Brothers is retarded. There's a reason they were billions of dollars in debt and they're being sold. They can't get out of their own way. And like, it doesn't matter who's running them. It's been the same thing. But he offers up his name.
Season 1, 10, season 2, 8, season 3, 8, but 2 belong to season 2, so 6. Yep. It's like, what the fuck?
This is one of your biggest shows, like, or was.
And then I could not help but think during this entire sequence, God, there's a lot of fucking black people in this show. And I say that because there's not a lot of black people in Game of Thrones, at least in Westeros. And now this happening is a big reason why the Valorians aren't exactly as relevant in like in current time in Game of Thrones setting as opposed to as they were back then.
Yep.
But still, it's just like when they cast all these guys, the Valorians, it was laughable, and it's still laughable.
The Valorians, up until that sack of High Tide, were, I don't think, as rich as the Lannisters, but they were in the top 3 richest houses in Westeros.
100%. And that was all Corliss. Like,
yep,
it was Corliss who did all of that, who built them up to this point. And obviously all that gets wiped away. Now, I guess I don't want to get into spoilers because I forgot about Shad, but
you can do it, like, because
one of his sons helps, maybe not exactly live up quite to that reputation, but still does a lot of good things after this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't convey in this moment that the sacking of his castle is ruining his entire house. Like for me, I was like, you lost the castle, but you have all your lands. That's where your wealth is and stuff. And you shouldn't actually have taken such a hit. But if they conveyed it like, I've lost my fleet, I've lost all my treasure, it'll take years to recover. I was like, okay, that could have helped me kind of feel the
High Tide was a port that was pretty important. So it gets laid. It gets just flattened, and they should have. No, they didn't, and they didn't show like all his trophies being stolen.
Would you not have a scene where he's walking through its ruins doing this?
Yeah.
Scene?
Yes.
Yes.
But no, we got this. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for coming back with the milk. It might be bad. The milk might not be good anymore.
Honestly, from this
doesn't even
point
look
of view,
that bad. It's
just
just
like, oh, okay, there's a bonfire, but we're all right.
Yeah.
Not that hard of a hit.
We're all the carrion crows. So now we're back in King's Landing, and there goes Vagar and Aemon. He finally leaves. Bye-bye. And Allison is going to hatch her scheme.
Pixelated, and
it's okay.
That's just me as VLC.
Hey, it's better for copyright.
Yeah,
it is actually. That's what's funny about it.
And Allison, is about to sell out her fucking daughter.
She's at the end of season 2, she's annihilated as a character because it's both sort of like traitorous bullshit, but also just intelligence is at 0. if anywhere. It's pathetic. She's such an idiot.
I
Oh
mean-
wait, gotta be careful.
Yeah, well, yeah, we gotta go to
yeah,
that one.
We did get some hanging dong just for Shad in this episode.
No.
So Allison sees Vhagar and Aemon leave, and she immediately goes to the Gold Cloaks, to the leader of the Gold Cloaks, and basically reveals her plan.
I can't.
This is like
In
one
front of everybody.
one of the biggest risks you could possibly take, and it is flat out treason. And she has no guarantee that he'd be on her side. And she is throwing her daughter completely under the bus. But
Correct.
Now
using it as a shield.
that is kind of in her character. She's
Now it is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's been willing to, basically sacrifice her children for her own, plans and schemes for ages now, and so
Yeah, but
it makes you
there's a
hate the
difference.
character even more.
Well, she
Like-
should also know that the Gold Cloak. She's been around King's Landing. long
Remember
enough to-
blood and cheese? Remember
Yes,
what
yeah.
happened because of the Gold Cloaks loyalty?
Gold Cloaks.
Hello?
not the most trustworthy. Everybody knows that they're not even trusted in any time by any king, right? We
But
make sure the pay goes, and
Fucking-
I mean,
you could summarize this scene as, will you be willing to betray? And if no, don't tell anyone I said this. Okay? It's like, what?
but the
Pinky
other thing
swear.
is, like the underlining logic is that now there are no dragons in the city. If Rhaenyra arrives with dragons, they have the entire city as ransom and hostage. You don't technically need the Gold Cloaks, even if the Gold Cloaks tried to stop Rhaenyra. Like the dragons, hello, that would be enough to get everyone to lay down their arms, or they're all barbecued. So I don't even think this is necessarily needed for the coup.
What? Yes,
It's about
it
not
absolutely
having
is.
It's about not having a bunch of fucking people die, and for her to keep her promise to Rhaenyra, because if they come there and there's a bunch of resistance, she's like, "Hey, you didn't keep your promise. I'll fucking kill you and Helena, whatever the fuck she might do." I guess one of my biggest problems with the scene is there's a way you can manage it to make this not as retarded, right? If Daemon is present for this conversation between Rhaenyra and Alicent, one, would have been more interesting. But two, Daemon could have told her, this is the guy to go to. You want the Gold Cloaks?
Mhm.
This is she could have got that information, and then this wouldn't
That'd
have
be
come
way
off
better.
as such a retarded gamble.
You know what else,
No.
Ryan? She could get that one gold cloak and take him to a place where people can't hear what you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like
okay,
a
why?
room?
She just wanted to
What
look
happened?
at. She just wanted to look at dicks because Alicent is a slut. All right, we understand that. Jasper Wilde understands that, and I think Jasper Wilde got done dirty.
know,
He
remember
knows
when Game of
Alicent's a dirty
Thrones
whore.
had tits?
Well, this
Used to be a
this
proper
episode
country.
really shows that House of the Dragon is far more concerned with showing dongs to the audience
Floppies
than
everywhere.
anything else. They don't want to show anything else, but it's okay to objectify the men and
Absolutely.
throw penises everywhere. It's like,
So she has this conversation in front of the gods and
Every
everybody.
fucking scene with her, man. Like, I'm so done with seeing her. I'm just like, everything you do is so stupid, and it's not going to end with this scene.
And he's like, "You stupid bitch! What are you telling me this for?" And then
I did like this sequence.
It's hampered.
I don't think
for
it's going
me.
to end well, but I do like it.
I all of it runs the way I would have expected it to. I just hate that Damon is hampered. He can't fully be Damon. He has to be controlled because certain consequences wouldn't be able to work right now. And the reason he's so fucking mad is something that never should have happened. Because some people have asked, like, so what do you think should have happened? It's like Jace doesn't go to the gullet alone. He goes to fetch or at least check in with the other three dragons first. That's the obvious thing. If they're fighting Vhagar, so be it. If they're not, it's like, guys, we need your help. We can bum rush the fucking gullet. That's probably what should have happened. And to have Damon basically be like, so why didn't that happen? Which is really funny to me in the sense of, like, I don't know how the writing is divvied up, but if Sarah Hess was like, I'll answer it, I have no idea.
yeah,
It's like, thank
Well,
you.
if
Well,
they
Damon
stayed at
didn't
their
wanna-
post in that
Yeah,
bad decision, that they had an excuse. They were following the queen's orders, and then they said a witch came and told us.
I don't know if it's realistic to expect Jace to go there to get them.
How do you not
But
do
a
that?
raven could.
What- well,
or, yeah.
again, here's the problem: is it's not really displayed well in this. But in theory, that should be a decent trip, right? That should be several hours long of flying one way, and then several
unfortunately, you can
hours long of flying the other
teleport,
way to get to Harrenhal and back.
Were
And
they
the
on
gullet's literally right outside Dragonstone. The other issue is Jace would have been fucking fine if Reyna wasn't didn't come flying in there like a fucking kamikaze.
Yeah.
Jace's plan would have worked.
Now, where
Yeah.
were they waiting last episode?
Some people have said it was on
The
Like-
Isle of Faces?
on the Isle of Faces. I don't know if that was the implication or not. Certainly, Harrenhal was right in the background. I'd have to rewatch the episode. I think some people thought they were on the Isle of Faces,
You're not supposed
which
to
would be
count
like
that. That's
fucking crazy.
crazy.
But
Because you're
that
not
wasn't
supposed to be able
that,
to get there.
that wasn't Harrenhal in the background. It only had one castle tower. It didn't have the jagged.
Was it
Yeah.
why am I blanking on the name? Riverlands?
I don't know where it would be.
Yeah.
Another little.
I heard people saying it was the Isle of Faces. I'm like, how? Like,
Well, like if that's, I'm gonna be honest. If we just saw Green Man twice, and that is the trip that Adam takes to the Isle of Faces, and that's the only time, I'm gonna be really mad.
I'm
if
gonna be
that's all we
pissed.
get.
and that might be it. But
Like if that is Adam's, or if that is his trip to the Isle of Faces, that's very disappointing.
yes, it is. Damon comes in and chews out Ulf and Hugh a little bit for leaving their post, asks where Adam is, and they just, he's like, why the fuck? This is what Mahler brought up earlier. He gets properly mad, but then like, that's it. It's
Like,
over.
This is just, it's in so much shit that I consider crap, where it's like, yeah, that's a huge writing issue, but we had a character mad about it. It's like, that's great.
Covered
man.
it. Yeah, they covered it.
And he would be mad about it, but I think he'd actually be pretty fucking furious to the point of maybe losing his patience with the next person he's about to see.
I certainly hope this series doesn't end up being a waste of Matt Smith. I really don't.
He's doing a good job. He's very entertaining. Like, I don't think it's a waste, even if the writing goes to shit in that sense. He's gotten to have loads of scenes, doing what he does. So at least there's that.
I do wonder.
Yeah.
I do wonder. I wonder how this season, with it being so short, but also us having gone all the way to Rhaenyra being on the Iron Throne now in just the second episode, I do wonder if there's any other big major events that take place at the end of this season, Gary.
Well, Grace Randolph, Mahler, tell us what Grace Randolph said.
Someone had mentioned in a super chat we should check out her review of, because she's gotten 4 episodes being press, I guess, and she'd said, and I might be paraphrasing, but this is what I took away from it, because I might have been playing a game while listening, as you do.
Yeah.
And she said that she wasn't very fond at all of season 1 because they weren't locked in. It was like wavering and wobbly. Season 2, kind of the same thing, still struggling to find its feet. But season 3 is a banger, and they have finally figured it all out, and she's loving it. Not only that, but that she was shocked that they gave 2 huge battles within the first 4 episodes.
So there's another battle coming.
Apparently.
Yeah. I wonder what battle that can be, because there's a Tumbleton battle.
Yeah,
There's 2, but I think we'll only get 1.
Tumbleton has to happen, I think.
Yes.
Based on what we've seen in the trailer as well.
So, just on this scene, I do like the character work where Ulf has been a bit, cocky, even with in Rhaenyra's presence, but with Daemon, he's like completely cowed, and there's a different dynamic at play, and that's enjoyable. There's good character work in that sense.
He's got a reputation.
Yep.
So he slaps Ulf for being insolent, and
What chow? Very
But
sad.
I think that, so as dumb as it was to have them fucking sitting there, you did get a little more of their perspectives, I suppose, when they're sitting there talking, and Ulf like thinking that because he has a dragon now he's going to get everything, and realizing, oh wait, I'm just going to be like, I still have to be told what to do, and I'm still kind of the lowest rung on the totem pole.
Ain't
And
knocking
blah blah blah.
that.
You know, I think that as much as I really like what Damon does here,
Yeah.
I think it's going to have some pretty big implications on the way
100%.
these characters act going forward.
It's so obvious, like, the three of them have been characterized as one is hyper loyal, one is unsure, and one is not loyal at all.
Yeah.
Which makes it interesting. I wouldn't deny that, and I enjoy any more characterization we can get for him. It's just that, with the dragon teleport and shit going on, with how contacts work, and just the risk of taking the royal prince into the gullet versus getting these three out of the parking lot into the battle, which they end up in anyway. It's just so fucking annoying.
So he has to. Damon has to go see. You erred. Damon has to go see Rhaenyra, who is still grieving the loss of Jace, and inform her that Aemon has left King's Landing with Vhagar. Oh, no, wait. Not before they have this really great... I wanted to put this out of my mind. This fucking
Every
conversation.
Mysaria scene, every one of them, just absolute cancer.
Jeez. Like, why are you here?
there's
How are
something-
you here?
I was going to say, this
alive?
image alone, right? He's heading to see Rhaenyra, and she is standing in his way. It's like, just kill her. Like, enough of this, please.
Wouldn't have that been great? Like she tries to speak and he just draws the sword in one swing.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just me hating the character. It is moved into, this is ridiculous. How have
And
you
she's got
survived this
immense
long?
plot armor. She is ultra safe, I assume, for a while at least.
Yep.
She's clearly got a story. We've not gotten to her payoff yet, so she's safe.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Well,
I wish
Damon,
some of the characters I liked had that. But oh
right,
well.
right. Well, Damon, she's a diverse woman. She's safe for now. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they changed her ending completely. But he's asking her, like, what's your game here? What are your motives? She's like, I am looking out for the realm, and I am loyal to the queen.
It's unreal. All the criticisms I've had of this fucking woman, in terms of how do the characters not see it? How do they not see how manipulative she is? How she's totally in it for herself? How we know this? She's proven it over time. Her defense of her actions in season 2 were, look, I didn't betray you on some principle. I did it for money. Like, oh, that's don't worry about that. So she's an opportunist, and she'll always take the best offer. Basically, that's all you can ever learn about it. But no, her few tricks with like the shit in season 2 has managed to earn her not just advisor, basically the queen's hand, but like she erased the Black Council. She just became it to the queen.
Yeah.
Absolute nonsense and insanity, to the point where it's gotten that's what actually got Jace killed, if we're being clear. Like the absolute lack of communication with the Black Council led to all of this.
Well, we get another
scene
that reinforces this later, right?
And
Black
so-
Council was filled with men.
You stack it all up and you're like, why aren't the characters realizing this? And then they give me a scene where my favorite character says, wow, you're like super manipulative. You've climbed up here when you absolutely shouldn't be. I believe you might actually be trying to kill me. And you're clearly got other motives. Anyway, bye.
Let's have a little chit chat, and then I'm going to leave.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And then later on, she's basically says, I'm going to betray you out loud. I confess, I underestimated your slipperiness.
Well, then
How?
Damon, do something about it.
How?
Like Rhaenyra would really do anything if he just fucking broke her neck here. Whatever. Sorry,
and
she's out.
just this line here, like I don't know, it really does not feel like a George line. Like this is a writer's line, slipperiness. It just was like George would have found something a bit more, I don't know, classical, medieval to phrase that. Yeah, there's something missing.
How do you get Damon at the point of saying this and he does nothing?
I don't know. It makes no sense for the character at all.
So I don't think it makes much sense for the character as he's portrayed in the first like portion of this thing. After Damon basically bends the knee and submits to Rhaenyra and says like, I will do like what you want. It may make sense that he wouldn't just kill anyone because he wanted to at any moment in time and deal with the results later. Is that really Damon from the book? Probably not.
I'd say we're reinforced on the front of kneeling to her that he would kill this fucker because he knows her better. He'd be like, Rhaenyra, you're being manipulated. I'll just kill her and deal with you being mad at me for a day or so, and then you'll get over it.
I think the only thing that would give him pause is that Rhaenyra is mourning the loss of Jace, and this is kind of her closest friend
Dude,
at the moment.
He believes she might be subverting the crown.
I know.
He would
I'm not
kill
saying he
her.
wouldn't want to kill her later, but maybe
Not only that,
he could
he
think
knows
that
better
it's
than
not the best time.
anyone what she's capable of, and he believes that she's trying to sabotage. This she doesn't live. I'm sorry, she's out.
But no, but he gets put down by the retort that this isn't about him. Not everything is about him. And that's it. That's the end. He gives up, and then they start just talking game plans for like the future.
Sarah.
This fucking line was written by a woman. 100%. No dude would write this fucking line. Not everything. It's about you, Damon. It's about me.
I need everyone to remember. She sold them out to the Hightowers. That's a thing that happened.
She massively betrayed them, and then. Oh, no, she wants to help out now. It's like, oh, what? You mean now that you've essentially put her in a position where she can advance super high in your, organization, essentially, to the point that she's basically your hand, more so than Corlys is.
Oof.
Yeah, you can trust her.
Not everything's about you. Okay.
Damon. Okay.
The thing that I hated about this sequence more than that was the implied jealousness of her over the closeness of Rhaenyra and Alicent. Like the idea that because what they're trying to tell us is that the White Worm is actually like loyal to Rhaenyra, that she's like jealous about the affection that Alicent and Rhaenyra have. Now, whether that's the jealousness over the closeness of their relationship or the sexual nature, like potential sexual nature that the White Worm wants with her. I didn't like that shit at all.
I think it's
because they are trying to show that maybe that's one of her motivations as opposed to just looking out for herself, which doesn't really fly.
Yeah, the hooker who just betrayed the family is now completely in trust. Who's known for being duplicitous and
Rhaenyra fucking snogged her. It was insane.
Yep. Sarah Hess.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. So the Maester reports that Vhagar has been sighted leaving. I will go talk to Rhaenyra, but we get another scene with Alicent. And
this is when things really start to go awry. This
really
episode
starts
right
falling
here.
apart. The atmosphere is fraught.
Okay, he's got basically been like, I'm sorry, do you need to go to an asylum? Like, what is going on?
Yeah. And she basically, he knows what's going on, right? And she's like, go call the council to the high council to meeting and small council, sorry, to meeting. And I order it, do it. And like, everybody knows what's going on right now, or at least he does. And a couple of other people, which her next scene following this.
Yeah, it's probably worth saying, right, for the sake of this moment, he quote unquote betrays her trust, as in he stands for the crown against her when she says this. I don't know how Alicent keeps stacking these insane, stupid decisions. Like, how do you not know this about your Kingsguard? He's like been her personal god. Does she know who are you telling? To be fair, it makes sense that she would tell him if she told fucking random gold cloaks. So and whatever.
Yeah, and she is not the queen, by the way. So
there's
it's
that
not
too.
No, like because she's about to go
Queen
on the
Dowager,
battlements, right, and talk to the guard. Is that what's coming next?
Well,
not yet. Okay.
No, and then we go back to Daemon saying Jace wanted to die in battle and to protect his queen, which totally is not going to help Rhaenyra. And then he informs her that Vhagar and Aemon are gone. And she talks about both of her boys being dead too. The little boys who put their faces in my skirts when they were scared are now dead. Because of you, by the way.
Yeah,
Rhaenyra,
it's their fault.
they are dead because of you.
And Massaria, you should probably kill her.
Yep. And she said, I'm tired, boss. And Damon said, "It's time to take that throne, sweetie
And
pumpkins."
then we get
This was
then this
bonkers.
fucking scene.
This
I
is
was
when, yeah,
like-
this is
like,
we're off
what
a cliff. It's
is-
like,
I-
yep.
what is
It's
over.
going on?
It's
This
so
was the-
What the hell?
Wasn't there like another
unnecessary.
Joker scene for you? Lots of laughing at how absurd this was.
Yeah,
Well,
we-
yeah,
we
it's
were
just at
chuckling.
this point, like, yeah, no, we're done. Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Because
It's over.
you know exactly what's happening here. It's like you are in a position where you win, and then you become insane and you lose. That enables the rest of the story to happen.
It
does-
is so bonkers. We've been on the edge of like, yeah, there's been some really stupid things, but this jumps the shark. This is like, how could they write this and think that it works or is illogical in any way? Like, this guy comes in thinking, I'm gonna go rape the queen, and no one's gonna find out about it. No one will hear her cry, or she's not gonna scream out for help or anything. Like, how retarded do you have to be to think that you could do that? It's just that
What's crazy? He was essentially in the winning scenario, which is I
Yes.
know
He
what
had
you're
everything.
doing.
He had
I know
all the
what you've
pieces.
done. I've got you. And then he decides, all right, I'm gonna go insane now. And then that's
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
He's
it's
done.
worth-
He's finished.
For the sake of people in chat, like the context is Ironrod has discovered, thanks to a Kingsguard betraying her, that she's planning an insane treason of passing over King's Landing to the Blacks. And so he comes in, and you'd expect it's like maybe there's guards outside because he's about to fucking capture her and subvert the whole plan. No, he's decided with all of that knowledge and power and ability and context and agency, I'm gonna go rape her.
It serves, and this is the thing, it serves zero purpose. No purpose, with the exception of saying, "Oh, by the way, men are bad."
Men are
Exactly.
bad.
Men are
And we've
bad.
had
No.
enough of that in this show. While the show is actually showing us that women are retarded and bad too.
Yes.
Like, it's so there's no purpose other than just showing men are bad, and it is I think this is the dumbest, most pointless scene we've had.
Yeah.
Maybe period.
in the entire show.
Because even in episode 9,
competitor.
season 1, when Rainey's fucking
Fuckery.
stomps on a bunch of people and comes up that way, at least you could be like, well, they wanted the aura of it. They wanted this visual impact of it. This is only to show that men will rape you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
No,
that's
there's no other way to frame this. It was absolutely, this is another scene
What
that
a-
was absolutely written by a
If
woman.
he believes that they're about to be subverted right now, like they're
a
about to
bonehead
have everything
rapist.
collapse.
I know.
What does he do? What the? He goes insane. He just loses his mind.
Like, to be clear, I hate to put it this way, but strategically, you knock her out, put her in the black cells, control the city, make sure they're prepared for dragon attack, and then be like, all right, guards, leave a second, I need to talk to her. And then you do what you do. If you're
Well, I
going to
was
be that
listening-
character.
like, if he actually had brains and was a villain, he can take her out of power and then turn her into his slave if he wanted, because now
Well,
she is like, dead.
It's called Iron Rod for a reason.
He is called Iron Rod for a reason. But also, let's be real. Like, knowing this situation, knowing who Allison is, knowing that she's been fucking Kristen Cole, he could easily have played
Yes.
this a little bit cooler. He could have got his dick sucked right there. She would have if that's what he wanted, she would have fucking done it.
Yeah.
Right?
Why
All he
would
would
he-
have had to do
but
was threaten
if
to
he- if he
and,
believes that-
take his time a little bit with it. Take his
Yeah,
time a
yeah,
little,
right.
and
Dragons
Allison
are
would
coming.
fucking open her legs for him, okay?
What
If
was
he
that bringing?
if he thinks dragons are coming right now, what is he
Yeah,
doing?
it's so fucking
Why
stupid,
would
dude.
he be doing this if he
And,
thinks
it's
that they're
just-
about to
it's
get
been-
attacked by dragons?
It's just been mentioned in chat as well. He's like, why do they do this? Like, well, because he's got seconds of screen time left. So we want
Yeah.
to make sure there's a story here, which is he's a monster, kill him.
And I guess is it meant to be that he's sort of been a persistent on the council, like not really, like he's like the most anti-woman sort of person on the council.
Yes.
Like he was the one who was the first and quickest to oppose her taking over after Aegon got knocked out. And he went for Aemond. But again, it's like I don't. Why would you do this? Why is this what you chose to write?
I know. They've divorced any type of logic or intelligence to force, as you've always saying, men bad, men rapist, throwing it in there, and it's like, yeah, you can tell this was written by a feminist.
Yep.
Well, and you know we're in trouble because the best defenses of this have become so fucking broad. It's like, well, bad people do bad things.
Okay.
Bad people
Not
great,
do
man.
stupid
they
things.
enact plans that essentially amount to suicide. Is what this is. Because
Yeah.
again, the expected result happens. People come in, find out what's happened, they see what's happened, and then he's like, no, she's plotting to take over. And it's like, dude, it's like, look at you. Like, it's over.
It's
You
so
killed
fucked.
yourself.
What like
You had an argument until you started raping her.
Yeah.
let's like compare it to season 1, I guess, right? Wait, is it season 1 where we see Lara's jerking off to her feet and everything?
That's
Yeah.
season 2. Is it
Is
season
it-
1?
Oh.
Oh, no, you might be right. It might be episode 9 because it was written by what's her name? It might have been episode 9, yeah.
But like that is a depiction of someone that holds power and is, taking advantage of this situation, and a woman who doesn't know what or whatever. That sequence makes more sense than this. This is just so ham-fisted and stupid. Not that isn't weird. That's obviously a weird, creepy scene, but
it's inconsequential. Here it's like he won. He had all the information that he needed to subvert their plan, and then he did something profoundly insane that kills himself, basically. He killed himself by doing this.
Ugh.
Is he meant to be a retard? Is he meant to be a dipshit? Is that like, aside from obviously being a psychopath?
No,
like
he must have some level of intelligence to be on the council, right?
He's the
Like, he didn't get
master
it-
of laws.
He's the
yeah,
master
I'm
of
the
laws.
master of laws as you walked in here with me mounting this woman.
I am Captain Rape, master of laws.
Stop raping, sir.
Oh God.
Like, this is
So-
bonkers. I just don't know how they could write this scene and think this makes sense. Like, unless you a brain dead activist, right? Yeah.
No,
that's
they
exactly
thought they were cooking on this one.
right.
Hey, we got George out of the way. We can do what we
We
want.
got that loser out of the way, that fat idiot.
Yeah.
Now we can-
Well, George is absolutely down for rape scenes, just to be clear.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and then we move on to this where her counsel says, "Hey man, this seems like a trap," and she says, "Okay, maybe it is. Anyway, I'm off to
Well,
go
wait,
and potentially
so-
get trapped."
This-
Look,
this
this is
counseling
this is
too.
irrelevant and divorced, but I just got to mention it. It's one of those small things, like with Ryan seeing the dragon drink out of the thing. I like that she's wearing Jace's sword. One, I really like the sword, and two, look, it's a kind of a nice touch that she's remembering her son, and that's kind of a thing. But that look, small thing. I know it means nothing
That's
ultimately.
okay, Shad. We start with the praise. Now, anyway, to the other stuff.
Yeah.
The other stuff,
So-
everything else.
The reason why it falls off the cliff for me is because both the blacks and the greens have just collapsed and the whole story doesn't matter to me anymore because nothing makes any fucking sense, right? So you're telling me now, with Alicent having, she knows her King's Guards betrayed her, as far as we can tell. We'll find out, right? Like, logically speaking, it's like, so what's he going to do about it? It's like, presumably he's going to start moving around and rallying as many people as possible to let the city know we're about to be sieged and given up because of traitors within our midst, sort of thing.
Mhm.
But what we find out is he gathers house guards vaguely and then stays in the throne room. Imagine he had gotten out more word to more people
And
that
imagine
are
if he said,
obviously.
"Dude, you can't surrender. She'll kill you all. There's
She's
no
gonna
surrender
kill you
here.
all.
She'll,
This is a
she'll
trick.
kill you
This is a
all
trick.
because you,
She's
yeah,
traced the-
exactly. You
I
have
know
to fight or
personally-
you're gonna die."
because he would have known that she'd done all the shifty meetings with Rhaenyra and everything. And be like, they were friends as children. She's trying to destroy the throne. She's done this on purpose. She sent away Aemon to like panic. We got to fucking rally and get ready. They're about to destroy everything. So that by the time she can do anything, it's already over. Ignoring Jasper's rape, we've still got other characters that are going to rally shit at the castle, but we're going to find out that's going to be completely ineffective. It's like, great. So the green side is just fucked storytelling wise.
Mhm.
The black side, we're going to go and take our dragons and fly above King's Landing, hoping that Vagar's not there. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath if
I mean,
if it
they
is,
did
if
have
we-
a
all the
report,
information.
though, that
No, that's what I'm
confirmed
saying. It's still an if. You don't know for sure. Vagar
And you
can
have no
turn the
army
fuck around.
supporting you. It's just you and
Very
your
complicated.
dragons.
No foot soldiers. It's like, right. So what's going to happen once you arrive and Vagar's not there? It's like, we'll land and go in. What do you mean you'll land and go in?
Yeah, I like
What
the
happens
best
if
thing that
100
you
guys
could do,
swarm
like
you?
even if two land and another flying around, and they say everyone in the castle surrender or you're all barbecued. Come out, lay down your arms. We have you. We got dragons. I could see something like that being possible, right? But like even going in, even going in, there was a way they might have been able to sell it by having the other dragons staring through the windows, ready to barbecue. But then again, like if they capture her,
that
they
wouldn't
have
even work,
leverage,
though.
and then
If-
they
if-
would, yeah.
If they're going to barbecue them, it'll barbecue.
I know, right?
Rhaenyra
That's
and,
what I mean.
Daemon
It's
Dad,
as
like-
well.
all you
Yeah.
need is a handful of very stealthy bowmen.
Hour,
and it's
yeah,
over.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Game over.
in that entrance hall.
But
man.
luckily,
The
people
archers
charge
could've just
at you
ended it.
one on one. They just charge at you one at a time with their swords, so that
You should
Daemon can
hold
take
off,
them out effortlessly.
Because that's like the preamble conversation. When we
No, I
see
know,
the scene,
I know,
we'll
I
do
know,
it
I
all.
know, I know.
But for now,
Yeah.
God, this fucking dude, I think I was done at this point. It's just
Yeah,
like,
no. At this
you
point, it's
killed
just
me.
like, yep. I guess I'm along
See,
for the ride to see
like-
what stupid shit happens.
The Starks abandoning Winterfell when the Ironmen, the Greyjoys, break in. It was out of kind of arrogance, thinking nobody can get into this castle. Like, we're safe. We'll leave it lightly garrisoned. This is King's Landing. So the other thing is the gold cloaks when they come in. I don't know how you interpreted it. Nothing in the book is rock solid. That's one of the more frustrating things about it, is you don't know if you're getting the truth. I always got the impression that somebody got a hold of the gold cloaks beforehand. I mean, I could be wrong about this, but no, in this case, it was just pure fucking luck.
I mean, yeah, goddamn,
we're not
man.
there yet, but that's going to be the big
Yeah.
like it's a game over for this whole plot line. Like,
Mhm.
We'll get there. Sorry, but oh
but
my
yet another
god,
I mean,
pissing
And so, I mean,
annoying
it's-
scene.
It's not that difficult, and I don't think it's that difficult to find a way to make it work. Like I said,
Cool,
like
yeah.
if you involve Damon in that early, which you're already involving him in a bunch of shit he's not supposed to be anyway, if you involve him in that conversation and he's really fucking skeptical of Alicent, as he should be, like more so than he is right here, certainly. But like if you do that and you have him tell Alicent who to go to, who to set this up, I guess you don't get the big surprise and, oh, let's wait 10 seconds and see which side they take. But the story actually makes more sense.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I've been saying. The underlining logic, there's something there. Like there's leverage enough that they might have been able to pull it off. But then the execution that they did go with, you're just like, what? No.
They're slaves to the spectacle. They're slaves to the
Yeah.
surprise. Exactly.
100%.
They're slaves to, whoa, what's going to happen? Oh, just in the nick of time. There they come. You know, here come the gold cloaks. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. I don't
Well,
trust you anymore, writers.
And someone in the chat, Phantom Rider, says in the book, George alludes several times before King's Landing's fall that the gold cloaks were in Damon's pocket. And
Yep.
I think they've done the work to show that in this show as well, a couple times. The problem is that Damon has no role in setting that up.
nope.
Like in
Well,
this,
Like I said,
it's
we're
just
almost
it
there.
is
We should go
just
over it when we actually have
happenstance. It's just happenstance that Alicent tells the right person, talks to the right person, and
There's
yeah.
so much wrong with it. I don't even want to start yet because we're not on the scenes. Like,
yeah.
But again,
But-
it is worth noting that when she goes down to talk to the council and they point out, like, hey, man, seems like a trap, that her response is basically, yeah, maybe it is. Anyway, off I go.
insane,
and-
fucking batshit insane that all of them, whatever. But then it's like we can't even escape this fucking castle without more cringe. Like, hey, before you go, I'm the one who's faithful, Rhaenyra. David is like meters away, dude.
And it's just funny because Damon got you the army. Like, he got you the army and he bent the
Kill
knee.
her.
Like, he's on your side. She's clear. What the fact that she would say this to you at this critical hour, dude. Come
God,
on.
she's so obviously like I don't even need to say it because Damon has. He's already laid out. She's a snake. She's slithered up to this fucking position.
And I
And he
think
just
what's annoying
smiles
is
at her.
She probably will snake him. And then the show will be like, see? It's like, what do you mean, see? We don't live in this world. Our lives aren't on the line and we're noticing these things as we're watching this television show. Meanwhile, the characters that are actually deeply involved in this, they don't notice that she's obviously a snake that's going to sell them out. That's some great writing right there. Good job, whatever your name is, lady.
See,
Sarah
here's the
Hess.
thing that I worry about with the way they presented the jealousy over Alicent and stuff. I worry that it's not going to be that she sells them out, that she does like stay loyal and she does have, you know what I mean? Despite
You might be
everything that
right.
we've seen.
You might be right, yeah.
It wouldn't honestly.
Gonna-
It wouldn't matter if she was the biggest and best asset for their team by the end of it. It's that they've had every piece of information and warning to kill her right now.
Oh, well, no, it's clear that the writers love this character and
Yeah.
they're gassing her up
Yes,
and everything.
yep.
So
They're enamored.
plot armor
for
is
some
going to be.
reason.
Oh yeah, she's just such a powerful woman. You
Strong,
know,
independent woman.
She's been
who's-
ripped of all her agency, and she's still making it work. In the seek of power.
So
That's
And then
how they see it.
And then we cut to Damon. Basically, this is the thing: swearing allegiance to Rhaenyra. I think it was a strong payoff. Had lots of build up to it, but I didn't realize it was gonna like chop off his head in the sense of he's so weak now with a lot of these points. It's like, hey, so you like it's crazy who you've got advising you now. You know, like that's nuts. Isn't she kind of like? It's like I don't need your approval.
And he's all, it was just a comment. Okay,
just
calm down.
You
You should have told her to calm down.
Just kill her, Damon. You've got it. Not Rhaenyra. Kill Arya.
Wow.
This is kind of what I'm getting at. Is like I just don't buy that Damon would be pussyfooting with all of this. He'd be like, I'm not going to waste any fucking time.
Nope.
I don't even need to tell her. In fact, he should just pay someone to fucking slit her throat and throw her into the water and be like, oh,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
ran away.
Like, yeah, she just disappeared, right?
She ran away.
That's crazy.
You know what? Like a small thing again. I've been won over to Damon's armor. I like Damon's armor now.
Damon's armor is good.
I've always liked his
Yeah.
armor.
Like it was it treads the line of fantasy and functional really well. I like it. Small things. What she's wearing is useless, by the way. This tiny, like those chainmail rings, nothing.
Yeah, but she knows it's not a trap, Shad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
She's read the script.
Yeah. She's got a crown.
Sure has.
I was so worried when I saw her like wearing the sword. Like
You were like, oh, she's about to go into battle and start just cutting down household knights and
Yeah.
Kingsguard like they're butter.
I mean, the show's already dead. So it's like, oh well. But yeah, I mean, that would have been some extra cringe.
He's also, don't let me down. Guys know what to do. We're going to go take King's Landing. You guys got our back. So it's just a few dragons, no army. And they mentioned that the Valerian fleet is scattered at this point. The Maester does. But they head over there anyway. Now, do we even need to get into what down? It went down differently in the book. It just did.
Well, we're nearly getting to the scene, so we can talk
Yeah.
a bit more about it. But now another stupid Alicent scene. Hey, you're a traitor now. Sorry.
Yeah.
and like Helena's just like, I just want to look at bugs and raise chickens because I'm autistic. And Allison's like, too bad. We're like, maybe we'll do that someday, but right now we have to lie to the household. Not
Or
lie, I
Helena.
guess, but fucking the lie doesn't work. They just have to be honest eventually. They're not even lying to anybody.
And
I mean, this is where like out open treason. Like I know, you know, she
Insane.
could have been overheard before. Now she is on the battlements, like telling the actual guardsmen to stand down. And
The
it's
King's
like,
Guard hasn't done anything. He should be telling everybody the Queen is a traitor, or both the Queen and the Queen. What's she called? Queen Regent or Queen? The previous Queen, Dowager Queen. that's it.
Dowager, I think is the one.
They're both gonna tell you all to fucking kill yourselves. Ignore them. They're crazy and traitors. They have snaked Aegon. They have subverted Aemond. They are trying to destroy everything. Don't listen to them.
It's also unnecessary. Like these people, these guys, they're not going to do anything against dragons. One sweep of fire along those battlements, they're all taken out. Defenders on the wall dealt with. They could still have what they wanted to achieve with the pieces in place. They didn't need this stupidity to happen, but I guess they're unaware.
no, everybody pretty much gives up inside the castle after the gold cloaks surround it basically and kill. I'm blanking the name. The high tower that's in charge of the gold cloaks. This like none of this happens. So she's going to a ship and she's like, you know, you got to stand down when the dragons, and the guy's like, what? And then she kicks it back to Helena. Like, this is a command from Helena, your queen. And she's like, what? And she's what was the line?
She was like, I don't want any beasts harmed.
I don't want any beasts harmed.
Or something like that.
Yes. Her sons were always kind. Yeah,
Well,
the dead ones.
This is when this is after the lie fails. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
like if I was the guardsman hearing that is like, oh no, we're dealing with retards. It's just
The sons were kind of dead. Why would you even bring it up?
This is insane. If the news has gotten to everybody that the prince just died in a big fight,
It's like, dude, so we're winning, right?
well, not just that, but also she's gonna come here mercifully. That's great. I don't
That's what
believe
I
you,
mean.
traitor.
Kingsguard should have
No,
run
and
around
they
saying
heard-
they're going to
they-
kill you. Don't
They
surrender.
would have heard that Jace died. They absolutely would have heard.
well, clearly, Lady Jane fucking.
Yeah, if
heard
the
it in
Eerie
2
got it,
seconds,
they've
so-
got it.
Yeah.
mm.
So he's like, oh, fucking royals.
I liked his helmet. Nice,
Yeah.
you know.
So
The shot of Vagar flying around Harrenhal
yeah,
looked
that was
fucking amazing.
that was pretty cool.
I love me some Vega, but of course I was like, so he is here. It just took him fucking
Yeah.
ages compared to every other dragon in the show.
She's old, Mauler. She doesn't like. She has to take breaks in between.
Lots
all
of
right,
peeing.
stop to like get a drink of water, like Caraxes.
Yeah, man, have you
No.
ever taken a woman on a road trip? You know how many times you got to stop to pee?
That's
Shit.
right. She's old. She don't
Yeah.
have no diapers on.
So Kristen Cole
Nice.
sees it and goes,
Dragon
"Oh,
diaper.
thank God, I can go die now. Let's go, guys." And they fry some people, the garrison that's left there in the
Cool as
household.
shit.
But
But, you know,
I love what you
then-
said, Muller, while we're watching this. You're like, because Vagar knocks off a piece of the castle. He's like, it's damaged enough, guys. Come on.
just leave Harrenhal alone.
See, I was wondering if this was like he was gonna just level what was remaining and it was gonna be what was left in Game of Thrones, but no, he decides like I have all the leverage and the power on my dragon. I'm gonna hop off my dragon now
So,
and
hey,
make myself really vulnerable.
Chad, it's on theme. Lots of characters decide this is the way to do it, to relinquish my nuke and go and walk around.
Cole was already supposed to be here. He was supposed to fly in, and they were
My
having a
God,
victory
dude.
celebration. And they were like, "Man, we kicked some ass." And then Aemon learns that Daemon and Rhaenyra took King's Landing, and then he feels like a fucking idiot.
It's cool as shit to see him fight, but every moment you're like, what are you doing? You
Well,
fucking moron.
so-
What
so-
if some guy was to stab you in the back with a knife? That would
Uh-huh.
Some
suck.
useless.
Yeah,
guy.
right. But also in all of these engagements, okay, from here when they get to King's Landing, at every single scene, you should be asking yourself, what about crossbows or arrows or bows? Like this guy is done. All they need is like 3 guys with aimed crossbows on him, and he's stuffed. Like armor is like you'll find the gaps easy enough. He's got an open face helmet. You wouldn't want to risk it, but like they've all forgotten that ranged weaponry exists in the medieval period, and look, I like the fighting. It's just what led to
The
it.
fight's good.
Do you think that did they know how Daemon took Harrenhal? Like, are they aware that Daemon just fucking rolled up and took the entire thing himself?
I thought that the whole idea with this was supposed to be parallels.
It's
we're
supposed to mirror it,
put
yeah.
on a
Right.
meta
So, like,
level.
asking about why Aemon would fucking not just like get there with Vagar and fucking wait. Daemon or Aemon desperately wants to be Daemon, right? And,
Yes.
So I don't know if
And
that's
make out
the
with
reason why he decides to do this entire thing himself to do that parallel. Yeah.
I think that just backs what I was saying on a previous stream, that I'm
Mhm.
very sad about completely removing any intelligence Aemon has now. We're just sort of banking on all of his extreme emotions to make him do anything.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he's always come across to me as a lot more smarter than that. But I guess I was wrong. Never mind.
At least we see
Good actor. He would have been a
Yeah.
good Snape.
I like seeing Blackfire in action. It's a cool sword.
He does
Yeah.
have Blackfire.
Yes.
And man, you knew how this is going to go down immediately.
I was a little
Uh.
disappointed here, not because I really like Simon and he was going to come to an end. That's okay with me. It's more so does he have no idea who this is? He doesn't do a very good job. He did a better job with Damon. I don't.
Well, does he think that he could talk him down because he was able to
He,
talk?
he
Daemon
literally
down?
fuking goes to like hug him borderline. I was
Well, I
like,
know
what
he's
are you
puts his
doing?
way
hands
too
on his shoulder.
familiar.
He's basically trying, hey, don't worry, we're not here to fight. It's no big deal. But
Aemon's a different beast than Damon.
But that's
He
the thing. Does he
is,
not
it,
know who
like-
this is? Like, he's kind of a psycho at this point. Like, you should know this, and you should also be like, whoa, 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 whoa! Like, we are for you, buddy. I was hell. You know, I didn't even. Gosh,
Yeah.
it's been so
Fuck
annoying
that
having
Damon
to.
guy.
Yeah, he held us hostage here. It's crazy. The Strong's always been in favor of you guys.
Yeah.
Like, so, anything kind of sneaky and intelligent, it felt to me like Simon's time was up. So they're just like, well, the second he put his hands on it, I was like, you dead, dude. Like, what are you doing?
And they
What
didn't
are you
even
doing?
like the motivation was supposed to be that Aemon didn't like the Strongs and he thinks Loras betrayed him. So fuck the Strongs. And the bastards, by the way. So he just doesn't like him anyway, and he completely ends their line. The Strongs are no more.
Like, all he had to say was, Harrenhal is yours.
Except for
I swear
Laris.
allegiance to the rightful king. That's all he had to say.
Laris isn't going to have any kids masturbating to women's feet.
It's a shame too, because again, really, really good actor, very fun character. And had he died
Yep.
in a way that made more
hang
sense to
on.
me, I wouldn't have any complaints.
The guy there standing is there with his knife in the open.
Yes,
Well,
Shad.
like
Mhm.
Aemon should be able to see it. It's right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Dad
Oh wait, yeah. So
and whack.
This fucking bitch right here just stands there.
Yep.
Yeah, you think you'd be running at this point, right?
I gotta
Might
be
as
careful,
well.
all right? I'd love to just play it, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, I
him,
mean, it's all, and also, I mean, I guess it is pretty lucky for Eamon that he didn't just stab him in the fucking neck.
I hate this shit
for the-
so much,
yeah.
dude.
Mhm.
Look at this.
Left himself so
Come
vulnerable.
on.
Then this guy
And
comes
then
in.
He gets bailed out. It's like the worst of both. He gets bailed out while also being incapacitated by this because he allowed it to happen.
And this is done
It
for
wasn't even
the
sneaking. The guy walked up holding the knife in hand,
Yeah.
and he.
yeah.
Mhm.
So this was all done for Alice Rivers, and her.
And
heel
now you're
turn.
like, oh, that's seed. Aha. Wow.
Yeah,
Good
now
job.
we know
You set
why.
it up 10 minutes
All
before.
Yep.
slips in.
Yeah.
You really sort of, lining up all your,
When-
whatever the saying is. You got everything arranged in order,
when
good on
in the
you.
books she's a witch. So was it Mushroom thought that she used love potions or some kind of spells to now it's going to be she's going to heal.
It's so
Aemon.
blatant,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You know exactly what's going on. And it's like that other scene that was weird. It's like, oh, now that makes sense. Great.
But not in a good way, in a bad
No.
way. I see you,
Sarah
a
Hess
trick
way.
writer. Yeah.
Shad, do you like seeing the Valerian steel ripple in the light?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said,
Yes.
I loved seeing Blackfire in action. That's a
Ah.
good sword.
They do a better job in this show than they did in Game of Thrones.
Oh, all the swords in this show are just peak.
Oh, fucking how do you like how they depicted Dawn as just a regular sword?
Oh, I thought you said dong. And I thought you were talking
No,
about.
there was Dawn earlier in the
Yeah.
episode, Ryan. Dawn.
I know. I got you now.
Yeah.
I'm like, you were talking about swords, and I'm like, well, what?
I want to get a replica of Jace's sword. That's probably my favorite of the one.
The sword of the morning. I want a replica of that. That's going to play a big
Gee.
part in the books that George is never going to finish.
Yeah, it's just a plain ass regular sword, and Arthur Dane uses two swords during the fight.
I
It's
know. It's like,
like
what?
the worst thing in the world.
So she shows up and he asks for
Aemon's
help.
bleeding the fuck out,
Yep.
Because he's a moron. And then he's like, please save me.
and he desperately needs another mother figure in his life.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And this is your girl. And I like this character until now. So we'll see what they do with her. But
You love
But
to see it.
It is a big mystery in the books why,
yes.
of all people, Alice Rivers has this bond with Aemon and this hold on Aemon, and also why she like demands that he goes and kills Daemon. Like that is a big mystery as to why any of that happens. I don't particularly love what they've set up here.
No. Yeah. So that's been changed.
So anyway.
Here comes the invasion of King's Landing.
Yay. Which they fly around. You're like, all right, now what's the next
I
step?
always imagined
Well,
it at night, but maybe it was
we
during the day
land.
in the books. I can't remember. So they land, and look, there's
There's a Valarian high tower.
There's a
guard.
Valarian high tower. Yeah, there's dude. So they open the gates.
It's this shit, Gary. This
Now
shit
walking
here.
in is like,
Yeah,
and again,
it's
all you need to
it's
think about is like crossbows and arrows.
Chad,
That's
they
all you need.
closed the doors behind them in a way that I was like, what the like if David if he knew for certainty that the place had been flooded by City Watch and that like he could see that from his dragon,
Yep.
like way more viable. But not
Yep.
only does he not know where they are, he doesn't even know for sure that they're loyal.
No.
I mean, there
No,
are
they-
ways that you could have pulled this off. It's just they decided let's do. And what's annoying is like I love seeing Damon do some fighting. Okay, that was fun.
Yeah, we got to see
But what
Eamon and
justified
Damon
it was
do
retarded.
fighting, instead of walking around a castle or kissing their mom. And
good thing they all charge at him one-on-one.
Yeah,
instead
I
of-
know, let's go one at a
Okay,
time.
then you
guys.
go.
It's top tier because
Then you
this
go.
is in every way you can conceptualize a trap, likely led by the
Obviously.
King's Guard. And his plan is right. I'm going to drop about what is this, like 7 dudes at the front door, and they're going to attack one by one, giving Damon the full chance. We're not going to have anyone ranged at all of the perfect points to do so.
Like they're in a kill box with a balcony
just
all
can't
around
believe
them.
it.
just a
all
couple
they need is
guys,
crossbows.
right
It's
there.
done. Like
Yeah, you win. You just win instantly.
and one
War's
guy
over,
with
you win.
nunchucks.
But no, it's all good because it's just a bunch of guys with swords who are going to go at you one-on-one instead of even swarming you, what would you do then if like 10 of them came at you at once? But even then, just use some fucking arrows, crossbows, dead. You win. And they knew that this was a possibility, surely, but they just, I mean, fuck, it's so lucky. It all just sort of goes according to plan? Question mark, I guess. I guess this is the plan and it's working flawlessly.
Should Rhaenyra already feel like, oh shit, I've been betrayed? Question mark.
Yep.
But no, I guess they know. Again, they've read the script, so they're like, oh no, this is just a few of the stragglers. Don't worry about it.
Yep. Nothing to worry about. That guy just kind of sits there for a little while in the sword.
look, he's wearing mail. Dark Sister would be able to get through that. I'm okay with it.
Oh, no problem. Like utterly no problem. So hey,
Look where those maids are. If that was a bow and arrow up there.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
fuck.
What's he going to do? Deflect
And-
him with his
what are the
sword?
He's not
maids
wearing
hanging
his
around
helmet.
for? The
Like,
maids.
he's
Yeah,
not
takes his
wearing
helmet off. You're right.
It's a
Chad,
pride.
Rhaenyra
Yes.
just stood there
I know.
watching.
And she's not even wearing proper armor. She's like just an arrow aimed on her. It's like Damon surrender or she's dead. You know.
And it's
I-
these two specifically. You lose one of these two, it's huge damage. Both of them, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. You win. You
I
just
don't know
win.
why the household staff isn't running for their lives out of the castle right now.
Just watching. Like, oh, it's a fight.
Yeah, it's our
He's
new
your buddy.
bosses. Yeah, they won't kill us.
Yeah, and then this is borderline like MCU slop. This part of
yeah.
just
Yeah.
walking through, always being like, "We're so badass," and then one dude just goes blah, then gets killed.
Yeah, what-
Like, yep.
What was that?
Hello?
Oh, jeez.
What were the
Oh, he reacted like he didn't know they were there. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah.
I think he was. I don't even think this guy was necessarily going to fight him. I think he just walked around the corner and Damon killed him.
as bad
Randy was
luck.
like, my prince. Like, oh.
And the two people that were walking at the beginning of the scene, were they off to go do some, I don't know, administrative work? Like, they not get the
didn't
alert
seem-
that the castle's being taken over? Yeah.
And then you get this set where it's like, where the fuck
So
were
what-
you guys?
Yeah, where were you? And also, how does your plan work if these guys attack you immediately? They just get
Yeah,
you. They don't
screwed.
announce
It would actually
themselves
be game
and
over.
talk to you. They
Yep.
just kill you. Doesn't matter when your gold cloaks come in and they're like, "What are you guys doing here? What, were you coming to betray us?"
So
And they're like,
the
"No,
gold
no,"
cloaks
and then
have no
they
one to
say,
serve at that point.
"Yeah, exactly." And then the gold cloaks are like, "No, we weren't doing that." Okay, cool, buddies, lay down your swords and then just take them all. You know, it's just like fucking over if they attack them straight away. But no, they sit here and wait as if it's all very theatrical and sort of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Wow, good stuff,
This
Sarah.
is why, like, as bad as Captain Rape was, like, this to me kills the show. This whole sequence,
Mhm.
both on the blacks and the green side, this is immense retardity from everybody. It's so bad.
Yeah.
oof. So they're looking for Aegon. He is gone. And then she pulls her
Draws his
sword out, and I'm like,
I
Pulls her
like
sword out
their
and they-
reaction when she draws it, though. They just laugh at her. Like,
yeah,
And
they
they laugh
laugh,
at her.
which is
Which they should.
They should. Now there's a thing I haven't seen before. That is a proper line right there because, wow. So they're dead here, no matter what. There's enough people to outnumber Damon. They're cooked already. But luckily,
oh boy,
here come
Look
the
who it
gold
is.
cloaks, and
They
now they're
didn't
really
know that
cooked.
yeah, like they didn't know the gold cloaks were going to back them up.
That's
They're
so
surprised
dumb,
by
dude.
their
They
arrival.
didn't know that. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like if you don't even know the source, that this would be pretty dissatisfying. It's like, oh my god, it's so over. Oh no, it's not over. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. So the gold cloaks side with Rhaenyra, and Garp is screwed. He's like, damn it.
Also, yeah, very funny as well when the gold cloaks appear. The two of them look at them for a while, and it's like, dude, that's just an easy shot for Garp right now.
Yep,
Like, look at that.
Mhm.
I
Just-
know.
If only have we
Just
got an
reach out
example
and
of a
stab.
psychopathic Targaryen turning his back on someone with a weapon and suffering for it? Oh wait, we do.
Yep, we do.
Yeah,
And so he basically, because you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And he's like, hey, we remember the captain of the Gold Cloaks, Daemon Targaryen. Oh, and by the way, and the Queen Rhaenyra. Like, as stupid as this entire plan is, like, Daemon leads her straight up to the fucking throne. The loyalty of Daemon's men is the reason fucking they don't all die.
Yep.
Daemon has to sit there, which we'll get to later, but Daemon has to sit there and fucking tell her what to do the entire fucking time.
like coaching every move.
Every move.
Now do
And
this.
like Daemon is the only reason this shit is happening. Which I appreciated that because I thought they were going to have her fucking roll in there and do this. I thought she was going to fucking grab a
Well,
sword.
I will say, Ryan,
What's up?
Grace said that she did not like how Rhaenyra was treated in like the first 1 or 2 episodes or whatever, but that she loved what they ended up doing with her by episode 4.
Oh,
boy.
Well, I'm not happy about that. But
no.
I have what we've seen so far. I was surprised that they show her so fucking weak and pathetic and vulnerable and really not worthy of what she's getting.
But I think
yeah.
that's like unintentionally.
It could be,
realistic,
yeah.
Where I think their intention is that these men are
Yes.
taking away her agency and telling her what to do, and you need to sympathize with her because she's being controlled so much. And so when she becomes the girl boss, you're all gonna clap and cheer it. When no, what you're showing here is that she is so unfit to rule, so unworthy, so incapable, so incompetent. Like the fact that she would have anyone's loyalty when they see her, how it like just incompetent she is boggling. It's stupid, but the writers don't see that. The writers, I honestly think they're writing it in the like, oh, look at all these bad men domineering her, and she's only so awful because all the men around her.
I don't think Daemon's been written that way in the last several episodes, though. Like you guys were talking about Daemon would have like killed Massaria. Daemon from the first 17 episodes of this show would have, without asking Rhaenyra's permission, without doing anything. When he kind of bends the knee and resubmits to her, to me, that is him not doing things the way he used to, not doing whatever the fuck he wanted, whenever the fuck he wanted, doing things behind her back, like blood and cheese, like doing all of that shit. That is him trying to, in her frame, like support her. You know what I mean? So I don't
totally
think
buy that if not for the fact that he knows who the right wing is and he calls out her motivation and her potential and he knows her better than
and I
anyone.
think he's going to I think he would continue to work on her and talk to her, but I don't think he just kills her outright.
I just completely disagree. Her head comes off probably before that conversation as well.
I think look, I might not like what Daemon has done and what they've turned Daemon into in terms of that being a little subservient in that type of way. But I think what they showed, like
I said,
like that, makes sense why he wouldn't act like that Daemon that broke them apart in the first place.
I would have called that it would just bolster his interest in erasing someone who might just be like a little grenade inside the royal family. And he knows he knows that it's not going to be, especially if she's wormed her way into Rhaenyra, borderline trusting her more than anyone else in that castle. Daemon's like, fuck, I got to get rid of this person
And
right
said what
now.
she said right in front
Daemon
of the
knows
queen.
better than anybody that Rhaenyra is fucking catastrophically indecisive. Absolutely, he's loyal to it. Absolutely gets her on the throne. But he's got to make some of these decisions. That's like the number one that she cannot make a decision on.
What I think the way Damon is approaching that is doing exactly what he's doing in this, is showing her that he is keeping all of those promises, like side by side with her, leading her, guiding her, like through all of this. That's what I think Damon is doing to show where he is compared to where these other people are, if that makes sense.
And I think I'm with Ryan on this one. And not that I don't think Damon wouldn't want, like, he has enough context to know that, you know, Masara, whatever her name is, needs to die. But he also knows how emotionally unstable Rhaenyra is right here. And I think if he killed her right then and there, that could ruin this whole scene. Well, when I seen the intent, the plan to take the capital, where it just wasn't the right time. Even if he wanted to, it would have just sent her off, and is trying to get her focused to do what needs to be done.
I could entertain.
Now, I'm not saying I love that. I'm not saying I really like that for Damon, right? Just in general, if I could have like the Damon that I want in my head. But what I'm saying is I think that's what they've showed us he is doing now.
I could buy it for anyone lower in aggression than what they've shown for the White Worm. She has already sold their house out. If he doesn't deal with her, it may be too late to deal with her. He knows this. He cuts off her head. Especially with this fucking plan. Are you kidding me? Like, it's just she's too dangerous to be left alive.
Oh,
true.
I would have liked it if he just had an order for someone to offer while they're out. And then she's like, oh, she's disappeared, my queen. Don't know where she's gone. She's just been dragging food or something like that.
You know, this is all a result of really poor decisions throughout. Miss Arya shouldn't even have played her hand so fucking blatantly. Like, I don't like the character at all, but she's an idiot for a lot of the shit she's said and done.
The way I see this playing out is all of these things, and Damon proving that all those things he said he meant, that like the visions he had, like the purpose, he's let go of the dream that he had when he was kind of bitter and jealous with Viserys and stuff, and he is truly like embracing this and getting her there because that's what he thinks needs to happen.
Okay,
and then what we're going to see when he has to go find Sheep Stealer's rider, who killed Jace, is when all of that commitment and all those plans suddenly get fucking thrown on their head and he gets put in a conundrum. That's what I think they're setting up.
But if I bought the argument, then I need the scene where he explains to Rhaenyra, she's gonna kill us. She's got a plan. She's wrapped herself around you. She's ripped you from the Black Council. Like, do you understand what I know about this woman? Do you know what she did to us with the High Towers? And Rhaenyra would be like, yeah. But she trust me, I know her now. I know her really well. And he'd be like,
we kiss, Damon. Don't you know what that means?
That's her whole thing. She runs people back and forth, wraps them around her fingers. She's been doing this for decades. She's already traded us before. All she's going to do is wait until it's not worthwhile to be on our team. Like, what? And you've entrusted her as your prime advice. If we got all of that, and she said, trust me, or they had some kind of settling in some way, I'd be way more into this idea of Damon. But as it stands, one, he's barely even mentioned it. All he did was this little fucking cuck speech of like, I don't know if you, what's with your advisors? They shortchange fast over here since I've begun. She's like, I don't care for your perspective on this one. He's like, oh, okay, geez, I was just saying, you know, like, even with him kneeling, you think this is viable for his like actions, his mode for this?
I look, if he never brings it up again, period, then maybe they're literally about to like hop on their dragons and go do this thing.
He had to do it before this plan was enacted.
Why?
Because this is everything. Everything is up for all up in the air.
So how would so just for maybe you know, but if he had cut off her head and they'd no. How could anything have changed? We can deal with the cutting off her head. I'm dealing with the idea of if we run with what your explanation is, then he has to warn Rhaenyra. But he didn't say that's what I'm saying. If we never hear him say anything else or try to warn or try to say, hey, are you really sure she has your best interest? If we never hear anything of that again, then I totally agree with you.
Before this is what I'm saying. He has to warn her before they do the biggest, riskiest plan ever that could very well be orchestrated from Miss Arya. We don't actually know.
What I'm telling you is like, one, I think that Damon believes even though he knows Masari is a liar and all this stuff, that she is uncomfortable with this plan. Like that's what they laid that out early on. So I don't think that Damon thinks that she's behind this plan necessarily, but my question is, if he cuts off her head and says, "Hey, I don't know if this is a trap or not," like what's the difference? She is going to go. He wants her to go. This is their opportunity. Vhagar is gone. It's the only opportunity they fucking have. Period.
The difference is she's dead, so she can't do anything.
What would she do? That's my question. What would she do between when they left, if he cut off her head, versus and then they fly over to fucking to King's Landing? There's nothing that changes.
She can't give orders. She can't share information. She can't be a spider or master of whispers, which is her whole thing. That's her job.
Right, but in the 30 minutes it takes to fly from Dragonstone to King's Landing, how would it affect this retarded plan? My answer is it wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. So you're saying what she did before this plan, kill her, it doesn't affect anything about this plan.
Any capacity for a decision to do anything from this point on is affected by chopping off her head permanently. Anything, any action she could permanently take.
I agree long term, but not this plan.
All terms. There's nothing else she can do.
Yeah.
Why would we let her scheme and benefit
but if
from
he
this?
did, but if he did, how would Rhaenyra have reacted to it?
No, my point, like I said, I didn't have to deal with the chopping off her head anyway. My whole issue is if I run with your explanation, we have to have him talk to her about it. And before now. She is out of control in Dragonstone now. We don't know what she's going to do. He believes that she's likely to sabotage him and by extension, their whole royal family. He already knows she's already betrayed them. She has a lot of power, a lot of influence, a lot of information. Cut off her head and it stops, at least partially, it staunches whatever she was up to.
Well, we would have liked it if he did, but I think there's enough context to perhaps justify them not doing it right away. What's going to determine is how they handle the character going on.
That's
and they love the character.
If they never if he never says anything bad about her again, if he never tries to say, "I don't think she has your best interest in mind," none of that ever happens, then I'll agree with you. But in this specific instance, I just don't see, especially with what we've seen from Damon, if he did that, she'd freak the fuck out and she'd be like, "No, I don't trust you. You're still the same person you were," blah, blah, blah.
You got to get off the decapitation thing. That's what I think should happen, but I'm arguing the discussion element, just telling her, warning Rhaenyra.
Yeah. And
you're not even like, are you even going to give ground on that?
Look, he tries to bring it up and it's clear that that's not happening right there. And they're about to fly off.
Come on. It's just beyond Damon's character when she says, "Hey, I don't need your commentary."
Okay.
It creates quite a problem. And if they're trying to what they're trying to present, what Shad brought it up earlier, these are two women trying to weave their way through the patriarchy, right? That's basically what it is. And that's how it is presented. I can't wait to watch the behind the scenes for this one. I cannot fucking wait. Problem is, we'll see what happens later. I'm guessing the White Worm does not meet the end that she meets in the book.
No, they love the character. They're going to give her plot armor, and so
she's had a lot of plot armor, and they could have written her a lot better.
Which I brought up earlier. I don't think she's trying to betray them. I think that the writers are going to show that she is truly sympathetic to Rhaenyra. I think the writers are going to try to show that she does want Rhaenyra's affection, that she's not going to do that. That's what I think the writers want you to feel about her.
There's a good chance of that. It just wouldn't change anything for Damon's perspective.
Nope. Well, wait till you see what happens in probably a couple episodes. Things will...
Oh, well, that's got me worried. If Grace Randolph really liked what they did with Rhaenyra in the next few episodes, and she didn't like these ones, I'm like, oh crap, they're gonna go.
Well, that's interesting. I am beyond worries anymore because I don't care.
You're right. You're also right about that. Like part of my feeling about the argument of Damon's thing is that I kind of don't care now. It's like, well, the characters.
George likes to write the heart in conflict with itself. Right. So I think they're trying to mimic that here badly, And the White Worm is a much more, I mean, they've put her in it way too much, by the way. She's in it more than she ever was, but she was a more interesting character in the book. not far
she was
from
white.
Alice Rivers, and she was very white. That's why they called her the White Worm.
Interesting.
Anyway, it's your throne, my queen.
Moving on.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So she demands that they bring Aegon the Usurper, and Maester Orwyle just constantly fighting for his life.
I thought he was going to bring up that Aemond nearly decapitated him an episode ago. So yeah, like, you guys can trust me.
I mean,
That
would
would have been a
Daemon
good thing to
even
bring up.
would Daemon even believe him in this? It's just like, oh, the king conveniently ran away the day before we arrived. It's like that. You would think, no, he's hiding. Don't lie to me. I know we know he has actually escaped, but because they didn't know, it would just
But
come off
anybody's
very
still
insincere.
there. You're not going to believe even if they're telling the truth. It's like, no, you stayed here. And he's like, I was fearing for my life. You know, and here we thought that this might be like one of the, I won't say a good guy. There's no good guys in this entire fucking story. But he was one of the better ones. And no, he just fucking sells somebody out immediately once he's in trouble.
I can give you a better head to cut off.
Yep.
All right.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah, this was well, you know.
So he knew Otto was there the whole time. Like,
I think
that
he
the-
was talking about Iron Rod.
He was talking about
Iron
Iron Rod. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no
think
one
it was talking
then-
about
knew
Iron
that
Rod.
Otto
Yeah.
was
But then
here.
who tipped Damon off that? Oh, you should look
The,
down there.
the
Oh, it's one
random
of the
jailer who
yeah.
said, if you ever come down here, Laris told me to tell you that
Yeah.
Otto's here.
He's been waiting for
Okay.
this moment for months. Okay.
It's not even that far in from apparently the cell that Iron Rod is in. I was just like, I'll
Yeah.
never fucking believe that this never got out as information.
Yeah,
Otto
because
was here the whole time.
Otto Hightower was in the black cells the whole time.
That was a
And-
theory that like came out like after that season.
Yes.
We talked about for 2 years, right? That was a theory that people had that he's actually just in the black cells.
And that never made it to Allison, like at all. Not some household maid overheard a guard trying to get win her favor, or like that's
Oh, well, it wasn't convenient for the plot, but when it is convenient for the plot, there's always a servant who overhears or sees someone
Yes.
sneaking around or anything like that. And that happens too often, actually. It kind of pisses me off when every time someone's trying to hide something, there's always a spy that will hear it and report
Yep.
it. And it's like,
so
So I did like when Damon looks in and he just fucking cackles because like this guy that he's hated for so long and has like been such a bane to him for so long, and he feels betrayed his brother and all this stuff. He just finds him in the most vulnerable position possible, like right when everything's going right for them, when their stupid plan works perfectly.
Season 2 montage is like, oh, there's Otto. Where is he? And
Yep.
then this is the answer.
This
He's
is
here
it.
to die straight away.
they brought him back. Great
And every
actor.
line from him is really good and really well delivered. What a shame.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's what I mean. Like it's frustrating with the changes they make that for every change that they make that's so awful and terrible, they'll do something like this, which is accurate to the book, where this is where Otto dies. And it's like, man, you could have utilized him more. Of all the changes you're going to make, why don't you utilize him as opposed to focus on these other things?
He gets dismissed his hand and he gets called back. So he could have been there, and they gave some of his stuff to Aemon, you know, getting the triarchy coming in. That was Otto who wrote the letter, and Aegon got pissed because he kept on writing letters, and that's why he dismissed him. And they could have put more of that in. And I've seen, I'm just kind of going over X a little bit. People are just like, ha, he's dead. It's like, no, this is one of the best parts of your show dying. Yes, he's supposed to die here, but you could have had more of him, particularly last season.
With the amount they
Right.
break from source and the amount of extra shit they give other characters, I don't know how they didn't think it would have been worthwhile giving more to Otto. He's been here for ages. Wouldn't it be? There's so much you can get out of him.
Yep. So another change is Daemon tells Rhaenyra that she has to do it. You become queen in this moment.
And she,
like,
so before this happens, when they're standing up, before she actually hits him, like she's standing there and she is like, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I actually don't know if I can do this. And
And-
Otto's like, let Damon do it.
Let
At
Damon
least
do
then
it.
I won't be hacked up or
that
something.
was a good line. But also, Damon's logic isn't actually
not
really
bad.
valid here. No, when he says like, do this now, you become the real ruler, right? That's actually not technically true. If she just went up on the throne and just ordered it like a boss
Yeah,
and just said,
but it's
because it's actually very, very rare historically that the king or ruler performed the executions.
Yeah.
Like that is not a
this
thing
is
that
the
actually
symbolism and the makeup for Aegon being there. I kind of see it.
Well,
I mean,
the thing is, by forcing her to do it and her looking so weak and pathetic, and then
Well, and fucking
failing
it
every-
up.
like
yeah.
to everyone around her, it would have actually made her look more weak as a result. It doesn't solidify her rule, and so
Well-
I'm not actually with Damon's logic here, where he's telling her that-
Brian, next episode they have to show something that's pretty important. So when she takes over King's Landing, she spends the entire night going over the household staff and all the knights,
Sitting on
finding
this
out look-
throne for a very long
sitting
time.
on the throne.
I was thinking about it as soon as she sat down, Gary.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it as soon as she sat down.
They need to show something that would have been more symbolic than what they did, because the only reason they did this shit, and Damon kills Ironrod, is so she can walk through the blood. So her bloody
footprints leading up.
Yep. It's
Before we-
embarrassing.
Well, before we get there, there's a couple of things that look. I do like that how they led up to it. Where his line where it's like, "You do it, Damon. I don't want to be hacked to death." But Damon's response then is to hand her Dark Sister, because it's a Valerian sword.
Yep.
Much easier.
That will take care of it. Yeah.
So that was a good response. She takes it, and she can barely hold it right.
So-
And then I like that she missed the first cut and get him in the back.
Yeah.
And,
But instead of bloody,
the entire thing is embarrassing for Rhaenyra. Like,
yeah, it is. It is.
she looks so hesitant and so weak and so scared. There's snot running from her fucking nose because she's so scared to kill this person who she wants dead and should want dead more than a lot of other people. She fucking misses the first time, and then she finally takes off the head right here.
It's like, oh, got him in the
Like,
back.
again, this is the way they're betraying the person
know,
who's
yeah,
supposed
it's
to rule the fucking kingdom.
And
and then she walks through the blood, and we see the bloody footprints.
Wow,
Because
that's some great symbolism, man.
Symbolism.
all right,
Makes
on
you
the
think,
footprints. The footprints could have worked if everything led up to it. Just was
You don't
done
need the
better.
footprints. There is something canonical that shows if somebody is the throne rejecting the person who sits on it when they
they
get
did it in the
cut.
show, right? Her dad
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
bunch of that.
Getting cut on the Iron Throne.
I agree with Shad though. Like, yes, you went for full cinematography and symbolism and all this stuff. If everything leading up to it had been really good, then this scene happens. You're like, okay, that's a cool way to cap it off.
Sure.
But because so much of it is convoluted and convenient and retarded, like the ways that some of it happen, it doesn't feel like the effort you went through for this shot, for the blood, for the reflection of the blood, to see her turn around right before she sits on the throne. Like, that doesn't feel earned in this episode.
Exactly. And contrast it to season 1 when the crown fell off of Viserys,
Yes.
and Daemon picks it up and
Such
hands
a
it.
good scene.
That was earned, and therefore it had a real good punch to it, and it was great. Where this one, no, you're right, it doesn't feel earned. It's just now it feels fake, like you're trying to reach for something far greater than what you actually have achieved here.
They thought they were cooking with that one, man. Yeah. Cinema. And like, listen, I'm going over X right now, and it's anecdotal, but people are loving it.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. On a surface level, when you're not thinking about it, people are going to eat this up. I mean, dynamic things are happening. People are dying.
I think it's just
looks
like,
nice.
oh yeah, man, I love melodrama. Yeah, man, that's my favorite. That's why I'm here, for the melodrama. And it's like, damn, shit. All right, I don't know, because all of this is just so embarrassing. Like, it's so lame.
It's really dumb, like comparatively to the first few seasons of Game of Thrones, where they did some really smart stuff. Not everything, but really smart stuff. This is just
that's it for Otto. That's it. There you go. Bye. You were sitting in the dungeon the whole time. Nobody knew. Somehow didn't get out, and then you die.
It's
Yep.
crazy. His
Bye.
last significant scene is one of the best in the series, and he's like, "Right, I'm going to go help my other
If
family members."
only we knew at that
Yeah.
time, I would have
And
mourned
isn't it-
him.
And they just what was
Believe-
a passing line that he just disappeared.
He
and the
packed up, left King's Landing. Laris had men head him off, capture him, bring him back, put him in a black cell. Nobody knew that could have raised the alarm in any way for that entire time until now. It's just like, wow.
Well, the Hightower family would certainly be interested in that. They did have a line where he didn't make it. Yeah.
They were like beginning to wonder about where he was and stuff.
Oh, sure. I'm
However,
just saying.
One of the issues, again, with the gold cloak thing, there's a relatively simple fix for that, which would be Damon being part of those discussions and being part of the planning for the gold cloaks to help them out. There's also a relatively simple one right here, which was like we saw Laris and the way that he does this work and keeps everything secret, which is using these poor uneducated criminals who can't read or write. And he also cuts their fucking tongues out so they can't tell anybody about anything he does. If that fucking guy, that fucking jailer down there had fucking walked up to Damon and couldn't speak, right? And he opened his mouth and he had his fucking tongue cut out or whatever, and he fucking leads him back there, at least, and it's way back in the, at least maybe then you can justify,
Sure.
okay, the only people doing this are Laris's people who can't even fucking speak because their tongues are out. And you can have some more justification as to why no one ever found out about this.
That's why you're so frustrated, right? All the building blocks are everywhere, but they've been left on the floor.
Right. So it's like, it's these, a couple like relatively simple things that you could have done for this to make it make sense or more sense than it does. And that's the frustrating thing about this show for me.
So she sits on the throne. One more thing has to happen.
Look, it reflects in the blood.
The most melodramatic thing in this whole episode. Like,
She's-
I don't know how this is just like the clearest example. Damn, man, there's like two groups of people that are watching this show. There's one group that's interested in the fantasy and the political intrigue, and then there's like another group of people, and this is what their investment in this show is.
This is soap opera shit.
Before we did
Totally.
see what the Iron Rod guy, Damon just took him out without hesitation. It was just
He was like, "Tell my family." Fucking Damon.
Yes.
Well, he
I don't
specifically
care.
said, "Tell my dear wife," which I think was on purpose, right? It's like, you're a rapist. Who cares what you say to your wife?
So yeah, Allison and Helena show up and see Otto dead.
Oh my goodness!
Dun, dun,
Oh my god!
Allison,
Oh.
what did you think would have happened to Otto if he had got
Listen,
caught by
Shad,
them?
she was cool with killing her son, but if
I know,
father,
right? It's
Yeah.
if
like,
father who
right?
That's a bridge
orchestrated
too
all
far.
of this, that is
Exactly.
too far.
Otto is responsible for basically the entire war, all right?
This
And
face is so funny.
you really thought, Allison, you really thought this wouldn't be how it played out if Otto ever got
Well,
caught. But
I
she's
think she's a little more surprised that her father was there
Yeah.
dead on the floor when she had no idea where he was. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
But you know how
Yeah.
they're going to play this out. She's going to be irrevocably offended.
Yeah.
Now it's
You
war
betrayed me.
exactly to the very end. Whereas, like, no, that's obviously what would happen if you surrendered to her. Like, it's
This scene has the energy of and a lot of shitty writing where character is happy and they walk up to a situation and then they overhear two characters, but they hear it at the worst possible time. And then it ruins the relationship. And then when they leave, the characters continue their conversation and it exonerates them.
But
It's that kind of bullshit that's in like soap operas and terrible dramas. Like this is the energy of that of this scene.
the problem is this show has been built on a lot of those moments, like the entire show. And like that's how Aegon becomes king, right? Like, a misunderstanding, like overhearing something at just the wrong time.
There isn't like an inherent problem with essentially building a story on people having like incorrect, incompatible, information that they gather at like the worst times, and then different perspectives play in. That's fine. I'm just saying that like in this instance, it comes across as a particularly like shallow and trashy version of that. You can do misunderstanding to create a story. I mean, this show does do that to its benefit. But here, it's just like, oh, I enacted this plan that was going to work, but oh no, it went wrong in exactly this way, and I have been betrayed by my best friend. It's like, ooh, man, that is.
She's look.
But that's kind of what I mean is like when the show's been built on so many of those moments, what I feel here is it's like, oh fuck, here we go again.
Right, okay.
You know what I
get
mean?
you.
Yeah.
I get you.
And this is the final shot. So we see Rhaenyra crying, going, oopsie.
Look at Helena.
Like, what? Like, come on,
like-
this is funny.
I know,
Helena's like,
no,
"Oh,
this
wait
is like-
seconds."
She's looking at like, how could you? What do you mean? How
Yeah,
could
I
you?
know.
It's bad enough on Alison's side, but then to be like, oh god,
Oh no,
I didn't
you're
mean
right.
it. You're
I'm
like,
a total bitch. I'm so sorry.
shouldn't she have a stern face right now? Like, yeah, bitch, that was Otto Hightower. I'd take his head again if I could.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wish he had 3. And written
I'm
by
so
Sarah
sorry,
Hess.
Alison. I didn't mean to kill your father.
Yep. I was gonna totally kill your kid, and thanks for serving him up to me. You know, music swells, fades,
Flatulence continues.
flatulence
Ending, yeah.
continues, and wow.
But yeah,
So
as soon as
tough.
she sat on that throne, I was like sitting there looking to see if there was a little
cut.
little
Yep.
prick, little cut, little anything. If they don't do that, bad on them. Certainly.
Bad on them.
The whole episode is bad on them. Yeah, we've got like highlights, if I'm being nice, but way too much damage has been dealt to everything.
Yeah. I mean, and like this show already had the problem, man. You can still root for a character that's bad as long as they're engaging, and we still like kind of, or we're interested in Damon, but we're losing characters.
Yeah,
that,
we cannot stand stupidity.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
we can deal with evil.
and inconsistency in character. It's a hallmark
Well, yeah,
of
like
bad writing.
episode 1 already did some damage, but if I'm super liking and invested in Otto, Damon, Aemond, even Simon, right, and Aegon to an extent and stuff, like if these were like my top characters, this episode, it's outright killed one, completely fucking nerfed the shit out of Damon as far as I'm concerned. I think he's been borderline assassinated at this point, but whatever. We'll see what else they do with him.
Yep.
Then Simon's dead as well because he was an idiot. Aemond is in a coma, probably because he's an idiot. And where's Aegon? Is like he's on wacky adventures where anything could happen,
Mhm.
getting mad over and over again. So all of that, and then the major plot line of the Blacks versus the Greens has become a farce. It's a circus at this
Mhm.
point. Nothing matters. It's like fuck. So that's
kind of it,
everything,
man.
dude.
Yeah, it's
that's
over.
basically
It's
everything.
basically over. And the problem is that there are a lot of decisions that were made in this episode that do not give me confidence, like in their ability to write. Unfortunately, it just kind of can happen. It's like, oh
And, like,
shit, damn,
the
you've
sheep
lost me.
stealer shit. That's just floating around, making things
Yeah.
worse.
Mm-hmm.
That was shot again. It happened so early on in this thing, but it was shocking to me that no one knows it was her. You know,
I don't
I
think
thought
that
that's what
makes
this
sense.
episode would be a lot of the fallout of it being her and her going back there to present herself and answer. And they went a complete different direction. Now I know where it ends up with Nettles and Damon and stuff like that, and I see where they're going with it. But I didn't realize that she was gonna fuck off for like the whole episode like this.
Are they gonna do the thing where Damon sleeps with Nettles now? Like, I reckon they will. That's so in line.
I don't think they will, but I also like that is not confirmed that happened in the source material. There's questions, and they're obviously very close. And there's some people that think that happened. There's some people that don't know. There's some people that viewed it as more of a father-daughter thing. However, father-daughter Targaryens can be the same thing, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I glanced over. Wow, critics, you so brave. What do you create? You just smear. What do you have to say, Ryan?
To Edgar, my favorite thing was Edgar Styles in the chat was like, press 1 if you hate these guys and you love the show. And then the next chat was Edgar Styles with a 1. That was,
I don't know what else there is. Like, how does our track record not kind of show? Like, we were really positive on season 1.
Yep.
Everything started getting
We
rocky.
were a
in
bit
2.
more positive, and we
And
were still probably more positive than a lot of people were.
Than a lot of people. Season 3 is fascinating because we're not even lining up. Let's be honest.
We're
all over
also
the place
just
right now.
the comments, like, you guys don't create. It's like some of us make some really good videos.
But just to be clear, I don't do anything. I'm just a smear merchant.
Well,
However,
no,
I feel like I'm
just a
smearing it less than the other gentlemen. Edgar, don't come at me. I just think it's like a little below mid. Okay, like, all right.
But no, like some of us actually do create. I'm a best-selling author, so
Not me though.
Jaunty flatulence playing. That's what I would wanted to say.
Jaunty flatulence. Let's get to the people, shall we? How you doing, Chad?
I got to bounce.
All right.
Yeah, but this has been a lot of fun. Like, it's,
back next
especially
week.
Enjoy it,
yeah.
Shad, because the passion will die eventually.
Well, no. Now we're at a part where we can legitimately laugh at some stuff because like Rhaenyra's reaction at the end, that's now funny to me. That is.
No, yeah.
No,
what I'm saying is like
Allison's reaction.
The fire for talking about what's not working will eventually turn to apathy, which is going to suck.
Overall, like, I don't think this is the worst thing ever. Okay, this isn't Supergirl levels of bad.
No.
There's some stuff that I can enjoy in this still, right? And like, hey, cool swords, some stuff to laugh at. I do like the production value. The armor is great, and like on a surface level, there's things to enjoy. When you do think about it, then it's just like, all right, that's where they've went. But I like Dark Sister, and I got a replica of it. In fact, I got a review out. I'm reviewing the sword on Shadiversity.
Send me the link on Twitter.
Yeah. All right, guys. I will see you later.
Gotcha, dude.
Later, Shad.
Bye.
All right. We got Bowman Spyro for $5 says, I swear I heard Mueller scream no from across the pond. I'm sorry for you and all the un-AC sweaty Brits for this terrible day.
Honestly, it's like everything about the way Otto died from Otto's POV is good. Like I like all of it.
I love the glance at her and then like the turn to present his neck to make it easier for her to do it. Just for her to fucking miss, dude.
Just get it over with.
I enjoyed the way that played out.
Black
It reminds me of my perspective on Tywin. People are like, you must have been mad when he died. It's like everything from his POV is fine, and like I kind of like it a lot. I love the symbolism and stuff. But
yeah, I guess it's Otto was safe, but nevertheless,
yeah, huge waste. But
yeah,
at least we got him for what we got him for. Which, by the way, he's so obviously not supposed to be liked by me, like as in like by the because he's kind of a piece of shit, right? But man, did I enjoy the shit out of him. It's probably the actor.
He's interesting.
Well,
yeah,
I don't think you're supposed to like root for him, but I think you're supposed to like find the character very engaging. Like, yeah.
What a shame though. To sort of, if the show recognizes that, to keep him out for that was a whole season basically.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily crazy, but it's crazy considering all the other ways they departed from the source material, right?
Yeah.
Like on the surface, it's true that after this, there's not really much for him to actually do other than maybe write a letter. But considering all the other shit that they've added and gone against, like Gwane's supposed to be at King's Landing for this. Gwaine Hightower is supposed to die for this, but Gwane's I don't know if we've gotten like the full potential that we could have out of Gwaine and Kristen out there, but the little that we've gotten, I've really enjoyed, right? Like when they first meet and you see Gwaine kind of fucking off, not really taking things too seriously, out drinking with the boys, while Kristen's like, what the fuck are we doing? Get undercover. They almost get killed by a dragon.
Yeah.
Gwaine slowly starts taking these things seriously and like maybe taking what it means to have honor and be a knight and do all these things seriously to the point where he is now trying to uphold those standards in the camp and trying to convince Kristen, who's given up on everything and is just ready to die, to have a little bit of that on. Like, I enjoy that dynamic. So I'm okay with him not dying there at King's Landing because I think there's more they could do.
Which, by the way, Cole, I swear to God, if we just get an episode where he gets like one more scene and he's fucking dead, it's gonna suck.
I feel like they I feel like they have to do something notable with his death.
Judging from, I think I'm not speaking for everyone here, but our perspective on Cole is extremely minority. As in, like, from what I've seen of people talking about the show, they hate Cole.
Well,
it's like, dude, he's interesting. He's a super interesting character.
The same thing. I'm not on Team Kristen Cole.
I'm not on team
No.
anybody because it's all,
But
you know.
I find his character interesting.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like we are like, oh, what's he gonna do next? What is he gonna say next? And talk about his journey and stuff. Other people that like majority of the fans I've seen are like, fuck that guy, I can't wait for him to die, sort of thing.
Yeah, which is just, I don't know, man. How do you feel that way after that speech in episode 8, season 2?
He'll always come back to he's a horrible piece of shit. It doesn't matter. Like
they're all terrible.
I know.
Well, look,
I don't.
I care when women get raped. I also care when men get raped. Okay, and we saw Kristen Cole get raped in this show.
Yes.
So
I'm
a supporter of
massive power
victims.
imbalance between him and Rhaenyra, obviously.
Him and Housing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Fucking princess, fucking queens, forced into both of them against
Yeah,
like.
for just-
what if he
just
says
dude.
no? You're gonna die.
Mhm. Proud Sam Prince for $4.99. Not even 5 minutes in, and Rhaenyra is insufferable. How could you do this to me? Skipped all the scenes with race swap characters. R.I.P. My goat Otto.
No, super chat. It sounds like he went from that scene to auto decapitation and then just stopped
Yeah.
watching the episode. It's like, well,
Well, I guess at least they made it like really easy for you to skip those scenes because all of them hung out together as a family. Like, so that was a pretty easy, I guess, scene to skip.
Yeah. I don't care about Otto Hightower. Justice for Viserys. Says Mikey Gusler.
I mean, fair. He's such a fucking good actor.
So Sir Luther was the standout. Damon, you got some competition for your wife's girlfriend and the brown-haired handsome commander of the City Watch. He looks like a strong. He does. Hope God for $5. Thank you very much. Seriously? That's the return of Otto? Lame. Says Blue-Eyed
Sure is
Scorpio.
lame.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's pretty much, yeah. They wasted so much. By what arcane magic did they recover Jace's body?
They got the other dragons in. You'll know where he fell, right? And then you just clear the area out and you can go and try and get him. It would have been tough, to be fair.
I love this episode more than the first. I didn't like the unnecessary scene. Female writer, I guess. Alan and Bela, I didn't like weird too early. Raina sucks. Bela didn't say. But overall, I loved it. There you go.
I mean, so Chad brought up the idea of like some potential future. I don't think anything between Alan and Bela was meant to be romantic in that instance. I think it was them as family. Like they will get married later, but sorry.
Well, we never know.
Yeah, anything's possible. Maybe fucking Alan and Adam fuck each other in this. Who knows? Somebody just brought it up in the chat. Like the fact that we have really had no like mention of Aegon and Viserys is really
Odd.
problematic. Going forward.
So Kendall's the one who de-aged him and then said they were too young to be in a battle scene. Well, okay. They're kind of a big deal, right? So
yes, I suppose it depends on where you're taking this story, where your plans are to end it.
They can't necessarily end it now that way.
Right.
It's not like this war doesn't last for years.
Right. So like that's my thing. Maybe you don't need the scene of Aegon escaping and all. Maybe you don't need that if you plan to end it right on Dragonstone. And like that's just the end. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Laris got up really quick in that cart. He faking? Well, I mean, that was the question in the book is if he's faking his clubfoot. I wouldn't be surprised if
Kind of like Pycelle.
Yep. The last Boy Scout became a member. Hail. Thank you. Appreciate it. Vermithor for 50.
We got to see you in this episode. You were beautiful.
Did. Was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma back in February. Not surprised with the stuff I am around in the military. Gary, I have followed you since the Inquisition days with DC. Your work and the rest of the boys has been something I've always enjoyed. Just need prayers. I will get through this. Now give Matt Smith a freaking Emmy. When the show needs a hand, he will lift the whole thing up. Hail, boys, and hail to the chat. Prayers out to Firmathor. Okay.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
you get
fuck
better, man.
cancer,
Yeah.
man. That sucks.
Fuck cancer, brother.
That sucks.
Ugh.
Shout out Vermithor.
Shout out.
You and the dragon.
Yes. Avatar 1881 has become a member. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Now this episode was more like it, says Andrew.
Well, I
the first one was
disagree.
better.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm trying to, not that the things that happened in it I liked. It was paced better. Like more things happened. We weren't like stuck in second gear for 40 minutes. But that's just the pacing and the movement on the screen, not the words that people were speaking. So
Yeah,
I thought this was,
I'm not as down on it as Muller and Fringy are. I certainly have, and I get all you guys like criticism and stuff. Again, for me, it's a frustrating show to watch because there's some things they introduce that I really like, and there's some things that they miss on that seem either really stupid or could be fixed so easily that it's frustrating. It's annoying to watch. And
There's like a
yeah, go ahead.
There's like a when it's like a dam breaking for me. I think we've tried to talk about it before, but once enough decisions are made in a row, I've like lost all faith. I'm like, because it's like, how do you make this many mistakes, and what does it mean for the future? Because a lot of this stuff is going to have happened, and we'll know in retrospect, like, oh, that's why they did that.
Well, yeah, because like if the wizard said, "Hey, this episode's pretty bad, but honestly, like after this, it's a return to form," then that changes sort of the context. But right now, we're in a situation where, well, who knows, right? Who knows what it's going to be? But I've lost a lot of confidence in them.
You know, who's right in the next one, right?
It's
Sarah Hess
what's
again,
her name?
right?
Hess, right?
Sarah
Yes.
Hess again.
Yeah, she does 2 and 3, I think. Yeah.
thought it was very,
man. All right.
yeah, they really like her. SCDB 615 for $5. I thought it was very boring. House of Diversity. Whammons get it done. Always in the position of power/authority. Matt Smith carries so hard. He does. He is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
There's because Eamon's going to be out of it now for a while, which means, and I've lost Simon and Otto, so yeah, Damon's really going to have to.
He's got
he's got
he's
a
like
lot of work to
Atlas
do.
carrying the world on his back at this point.
Yeah, because we're going to get so much fucking Alison Rhaenyra bullshit.
And Rhaenyra,
That's what next episode is going to be.
for sure.
It's going to be Alicent Rhaenyra, and the thing is, considering the stuff that we've seen from the trailers, and that it seems like Alicent is going to be like helping out. Rhaenyra going.
Yeah, there was
forward.
that rumor out there that she was going to be on the council. I mean, like that would be insane.
It's like this apology from Rhaenyra almost for like her walking in on her like beheaded dad or some shit. I don't know.
I'm like so sorry for beheading your dad and stuff. Mad Dog 1424 for $4.99. I know where it goes, but the needle drop of Alicent acting like she's more mad about her dad dying than offering her kids to die is funny to me.
She's ruined. She's just not a character anymore.
Which is very unfortunate because I was interested in the character there for a while. But yeah, season 2 was not. Well,
I remember
a lot of season 2 was fine, but then towards the end,
there was a time where we talked about enjoying Alison's scenes and the character enough that you guys would sometimes be like, well, she's gonna be making some decisions later that might, change my like in the sense of she'll do evil things. But no, she's done so many retarded things. I just can't like her anymore.
that's the main thing. Yeah, she's an idiot.
In episode 8 where she comes over and this entire plan is really dumb, and the idea that she's willing to let her kids die is a super questionable decision. Obviously, even when your children are Aemond and Aegon, it's a very questionable decision for any mother to make. And the fact that the plan worked out the way it did, that she happened to tell the right person, the Gold Cloaks, it's really unrewarding that it all worked out that way.
Yep. Yapping Tom for $2.79 Canadian says, gentlemen, absolute fan fiction, CW level. Some of that stuff was. I love this episode. I wanted to see Vagar burn Harrenhal since I read The Princess and the Queen back in 2016 while in 6th grade. Also, we got more Vermithor. He and Vagar are my favorite dragons. The dragons did great. They were great.
Vagar was having
Avatar.
so much fun, just burning away in the background.
Yep. Can't blame the dragons for this episode. Men bad, black women mistreated, misunderstood. Yapping Tom for 279. Yep. How was this episode both better and worse than episode 1? I can totally understand Rihanna's break. Rihanna's back. I can't talk anymore. I had a stroke breakdown, and yet it continually proves just why she should absolutely not be in command. And if I thought that's what the writer's motivation was, I'd be like, okay, I don't think that.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'm sitting there looking at this and I'm like, all of this looks like, why would anyone continue to support her? She's clearly not fit. She's clearly not capable. This is way over her fucking head. She's not ready for this. And now everybody's witnessing it. But I have a hard time believing that that's what the writers want us to think. But that's what they're putting on screen.
I could have sworn, I might be remembering it wrong, but I could have sworn Grace was like, they made her seem so out of control and idiotic in the first few episodes, but they really fixed that up, and they give her, like, I think she even said like that was her issue with her in seasons 1, 2, and this beginning, but that they fix it or something. I'll try and see if I can find a quote, because damn, Randolph.
Well, I mean, she had one good quote, so we knew she was going to revert back to Grace. One last time, sadly, Reese E-Fans. Also, 2 years for that.
Yeah.
The Sailmaker for $9.99. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I was worried this was going to happen with the show. We could be mad at George because he's a lazy fat fuck. That's what he likes to say, and it's true. But you can see his guidance is gone. You can absolutely see it. And it makes a difference. So now he's bailed on something else, and I can't wait for him to get mad at Ira Parker for something. Factory Dan for $5. If season 3, episode 1 and 2 were meant to be part of season 2, that technically means this season is only has 6 episodes. Yep, and that just sounds annoying to write out. And it does feel like they're moving way faster now, and they're moving towards the end, which they are doing. And one of my biggest questions is, where do they end this? Because this ending goes on and on and on and on and on. It goes into another.
Well, there was a big question of, could there be could House of the Dragon be more than just Dance of the Dragons, right? Could they do House of the Dragon Blackfire Rebellion?
Yeah, have it be an anthology series. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and there's plenty of Targaryen history where you could do a couple things like that. I don't know. I don't know by the end of this season if we're really going to want that.
No, they're probably going to announce another series, right? But everything's on hold right now until Ellison takes over.
Yeah.
So that's a couple more months. Damon still remains the GOAT. F in chat for Otto. F in the chat for Otto, especially for Mahler. I miss him too.
I was gonna say, I think a lot of people here kind of enjoyed him, not just me.
Yeah, we did. Roundira the Cruel for $4.99. How is it fair Simon and Otto die and we're cursed to watch the White Worm? I feel bad for the Maester dealing with all these Targ bullshit constantly. Yeah, it must be a headache. That's probably why there's a conspiracy to kill all the dragons, which they haven't hit on yet at all.
And again,
so,
the good-natured fucking Maester, black.
Yep. Another good black person, right?
Name a bad black character
in this show.
Or someone that you're supposed to be portrayed as bad, and not just Rhaena had a fucking she didn't try to do this. It was completely against her intention. You know what I mean?
There was that high tower guard.
Bad person. Say that again?
High tower guard, yeah.
The high tower guard who laid down his fucking arms.
I know.
and it's annoying. Like when we heard that they were gonna race swap the Valarians. Like, oh, so a bunch of like the badass characters, they're black. All right.
Yep.
Dude, someone in chat Bettis of the Brown Shield. There you go.
Well, and
There you
that's why I'm worried about the Bennis casting, because for most race swapped characters, what we tend to see is they're very scared to show them in a poor light. So when you tell me that you're going to race swap, notoriously just an absolute fucking terrible piece of shit, I wonder,
character.
are you really going to
They're gonna
make him a
soften
piece
him.
of shit?
Yeah. I think they soften him a little bit. I knew exactly, or he'll be a victim of something. I knew precisely the scene Sarah wrote of the entire show, entire episode. Yapping Tom, thank you for 279. Appreciate it. Most evil character besides Lars Strong. At least they didn't Rings of Power it. No, this isn't as bad as the Rings of Power.
Rings of Power has nothing good in it. So
yeah, as far as our power scaling for like bad things, like there's we're like everything we don't like isn't the Acolyte or Supergirl, or there are moments in this that I like, and it features characters that I'm interested in and actors I like.
Well, if you've noted, right, of all the people I think that listen to us, many people said they never liked this show. A lot of people say they liked where season 1 was going, and then they didn't like it by the end.
We were getting killed in the chat in season 2.
Yeah. So season 1's good, season 2's not. And then some people said I liked a lot of season 2 until they botched it at the end. And now there's people saying it's like I've dropped it at season 3. It's like there's drop-off points all over the place for everybody. You know, mine is going to have been this episode in retrospect. That's probably where the scale sort of shifts too much in the side of bad than good. But it doesn't mean that there's nothing good left.
Yeah. And maybe we see the most insane rally of all time once we get past Sarah Hess episodes. Maybe. There's a
it's possible for sure. Yeah,
there's a chance. I wouldn't bet on it, but
the problem is there's been a lot of changes and a lot of things left out. That some things are easy for me to see where they're going with it, and I don't think I like it. And there's some things that I have no idea what the fuck they're doing. So,
no, the book fans are going to be clueless from this point on.
Yeah, I got it, by the way, finally. So specifically, Grace says she didn't like what they did with Rhaenyra in season 1 or 2, really, and she didn't like what they did with her in the first few episodes. But then she becomes a great character, and they nail it.
And she's seen the first 4 episodes?
The first 4, yeah. She said she didn't like Rhaenyra in the first few. So I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen?
What's few to a Grace out of 4 episodes? 4 episodes 3, is barely few.
Yeah.
I would say 2, yeah.
Yeah. So couple. Millie's surname is odd. Millie Alcock, Mid-Turner, Ionoz for $5 Australian dollars. Yeah, it is odd. It is odd, and I might have pronounced it wrong in my video. Did a writer or producer leave after season 1? Yes. And because of that, now we have this. Vagar arriving at Harrenhal looked good, I guess. And RIP Simon Strong. Penn's fan for life for $10.
Miguel Sapochnik left after the first season.
Because they wouldn't make his wife a producer.
And George apparently supported the decision. George backed Ryan Condal in that. Yep. And then a month later, hated Ryan Condal for life. And with some of the plans, I get where some of George's frustrations were. The problem with George is he's never been able to work with anybody. He can't even work with himself. No. George R. R. Martin can't even work with himself, let alone anybody else. So let's not be surprised.
No, I loved your theory of, because George had mentioned I gave notes and he didn't read them, but the notes were probably fucking deep into production and they were already filming and they couldn't fucking change anything because they were late.
That was my theory, that George was late turning in his notes for the show so that they couldn't do it. Yeah.
Rhaenyra is a petulant child after losing 2 children and then facing Rhys Ifans. You know what? Thank you. She still hesitated. The season 1 ending shot misled us all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, Night of the Seven Kingdoms came out this year, and it fucking blew the doors off this show. Just did. I'd rather watch that. It's a show for normies now, the kind of people who are entertained by stuff like Love Island.
It's deteriorating.
I've never seen Love Island. What's a Love Island? Is there love
It's like
on
a
an
reality
island?
TV show.
Okay.
That's all I know about it, really. But I can't lie. It has the vibes of sort of this show is sort of veering towards becoming melodramatic.
This is from Griff Nizzle for 20. Thank you, Griff Nizzle. I was legit surprised that they didn't have Rhaenyra go full combat girl boss. I was too. A level of restraint from Miss Hess I honestly wasn't aware of where she was capable of. Well, we still have a whole season to go. She must have contracted that part out. I mean, Condal's still in charge, and we could say what we want about Ryan Condal and how much is changing, but he does seem like he's a fan of the book. He's very knowledgeable of the books.
He knows a lot, but obviously he's taking a lot of fucking liberties with a bunch of shit. So knowing things and respecting things can obviously be very different.
Yep.
And also, I mean, I wonder what Miss Hess would say if you said to her, like, very glad you didn't have her fighting them, because that would have been absurd. I could totally see her being like, well, no, they weren't even going to have her draw a sword, but I had to make sure that would happen because she is strong and she would do, you know, like, you could totally imagine that she feels it's a very strong victory for the character, but she did have the men laugh at her. So I mean,
like, again, I'm just like looking at what's presented and thinking there's no way that this is the way they really want to present this based on everything we've seen. But the way it's presented, she comes off really weak and fucking pathetic. And not equipped, which I like. I like that she comes off that way. We'll just have to see what the end result is and if that's truly what they intend.
Mad Dog 499. Damn, didn't expect you guys to dislike it. I thought it was great. My prediction for episode 2 in general was right. No iconic line though. I don't know.
We got an iconic line.
Yeah, we did. And you don't have to apologize to us for liking something. No. Like it all you want, brother. We're here to just discuss the show. We're not going to agree on everything. And I respect your opinion, brother. It's all good. It's all good. Gary, not sure if someone has told you yet, but the Australian government funded mixtape so you can blame Shad and Fringy for it. Jeffinator, the Colossal for $5 Australian. Is this true? Somebody mentioned it in chat.
I think it had like a state government grant of some kind.
So,
yeah.
For a lot of these video games, I don't know anything about mixtape, but like where it takes place or whatever. Like, remember that fucking lesbian night game, 1348X Voto or whatever?
Yep.
Almost made a different number joke. And Gary knows exactly what I was going to say.
I know the number.
But that got funding from the Italian government. It wasn't the Italian government saying, thank you for making a lesbian night game. It was because they set enough percentage of it in specific places in Italy that you automatically qualify for some things. I don't know anything about mixtape, if that's how that happened or not. But a lot of people, when you see that games got some funding from somewhere, there's often a reason that has nothing to do with the agenda of the game or how good the game is, and it's everything to do with just rules that apply to grants depicting places and things and shit like that. So I don't know.
It's just because it's a funny meme, because I know the other one is that Gollum, I think, got support from the German government. It's just funny to say these things.
Well, didn't the British, we had that one semi-recently, that like warning about misinformation online game. Do you remember that? I forget the name of it, but
yeah.
Fucking hell.
Dude, there's enough cringe to go around. I mean, again, you know, it's funny saying this, but I mean, America, like, there ain't much of a video. Well, there's, you know, there's some video game developers here, but I mean, you know, a lot of them is like America, Canada, you know, place in Europe, Sweden, stuff like that. So look, there's blame to go around for all sorts of cringe games.
Yeah, there can like genuinely be shit like you employ a certain amount of fucking people from that area and you get some sort of fun. You know what I mean? Those things happen all over the place. So I don't know about mixtape.
I mean, really, the bigger conversation with mixtape is that the idea that it's like an indie game when it probably, in all likelihood, has millions of dollars of licensed music, like literally millions of dollars. It's just it just kind of came out of nowhere, got coverage from all of the major gaming outlets, got coverage from all of them and amazing reviews, and it's just kind of like, what the. Why is this game
so
suddenly
far
emerged?
it's the worst mixtape. First couple songs are good, but then it's like all the songs are just kind of the same, and you guys aren't
Gary's real criticism.
No, you are not underselling how awful this game is. So it's filled with flashbacks. So I'm literally sitting in a fucking room for an hour and 15 minutes as some bitch pulls up a picture, and then we go like flashback about her lesbian crush.
You gotta hunt them dots.
Were you supposed to be there for that long, or were you not quite sure how to, move around?
I could actually play this game. Now, I was retarded in a couple of things, right?
I saw a little bit. Yeah.
For the most part, I can move around in this game. Like I was capable. I just had to find the dots. Once somebody pointed out that I had to find dots, I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So once I did that, I suffered through. And Telltale, I like Telltale games. I think The Wolf Among Us is fucking awesome. I think that's an awesome game. And the Game of Thrones one is pretty good. I know they're games for like retarded children, but like that's my play level.
Well, it's all about the story.
Right
is those ones. You are not there for the gameplay in Telltale games.
No. Well, Wolf Among Us has a great story.
I really like Wolf Among Us. Yeah, it's cool. I assume that the sequel's not going to be good because of the way that everything is now, but yeah. Great soundtrack, great.
But you guys are not underselling like how bad it is.
It's one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Mixtape. Yeah.
Like
we played a lot of games.
I will take Lord of Ring Gollum over that any day.
It's more of a video game. That's for sure.
And it's funny. So
it is.
Shad, who's the more useless example of why liberal white women shouldn't be allowed anywhere near politics, war, power? Rhaenyra or Rhalyna Peacecraft?
How is Rhaenyra a liberal? How is she even a liberal? I don't even understand how that makes sense. If she wants to be like a queen, like a literal queen.
Yeah.
There aren't any liberals in the Game of Thrones world. Liberalism doesn't exist as a political ideology.
Who would be a liberal in the Game of Thrones world?
Well, I guess.
How about a progressive? I feel like Rhaenyra would be considered progressive. The entire
for that
idea
world.
If in that world, yes.
Yeah. But not in our sense, no. But we do know Daenerys at the end becomes a fascist at the end of Game of Thrones season 8 because she gives a big fascist speech.
Yay.
Fucking hell.
When the dragon was behind her and the wings looked like her wings.
I'm sorry, Nazi. Yeah, that was pure cinema.
That's what the feet blood shit kind of makes me think about. It's like everyone went crazy over that shot, and then it took half a day before everyone was like, that was pretty cringe, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny. The same thing's happening with Superman. It only took a year, and Supergirl failing for people to start realizing that movie sucks.
Wasn't that the shot that they said this needs to be taught in film school?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yep.
Damon treating Ulf like Odin treats Thor. LOL, says Neo. I mean,
I'm guessing they're referencing the God of War rather than MCU.
Yeah. I'm ashamed to admit it. I got caught up in the moment. This episode was certainly not more like it. Says Andrew. It's all good. People liked it. That's fine. I think more people are going to like this episode than the last episode.
Well, the last episode had insanely high ratings on IMDb and shit like that, which I don't think it was deserving.
No.
I don't think the last episode was as bad as, say, like how disappointing and like stupid the end of season 2 was. But again, it's not deserving of a fucking 9.3 rating or whatever, in my opinion.
Like, it's just worth remembering. It's like it's going to take a lot for the people to broadly turn on this.
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
yeah.
But it's still delivering on like dragons, right?
But at the end of season 2, I mean, people were not happy with the way the season ended.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Like,
well,
I feel like people were ready to full turn on it, and I think most people are like fairly satisfied with how these couple episodes have been.
Yeah.
you know, like with Stranger Things and The Boys, I wonder if Game of Thrones was exactly the same thing. Where like season 5 coming out, we would have probably had a similar tone if we were doing this show when that was coming out, and then by the end of it being like, man, they have fucked up this, but we do still have this, and this character and this plotline, this thing, and then season 6 rolls around, kind of the same thing, and then 7, we would have been like, Jesus Christ, this show is dying. It needs to like fix this shit soon.
Yeah.
And obviously, I met some of you guys. I think around it was like season 8, where I first got to talk to some of you, and yeah, the vibe was first 2 episodes, okay, all right. We've had some conversations, had some setups.
Hey, well, we're really running out of time here.
Yeah. Which is exactly what they said about The Boys. They were like, we're running out of time for plot lines here, people. And I just think that with House of the Dragon, we got plenty of time as far as the audience is concerned, and they're still getting dragons, they're still getting things blown up, people dying. So,
yep,
the show is safe in the minds for a lot of people right now. I think.
Now, yeah, yeah, because I honestly didn't start turning on Game of Thrones till season 7. Season 7 was like, what the hell are they doing? And they started shortening the seasons. I didn't think 5 or 6 were great, but it was fine. There's some ridiculous stuff. Rickon, the way he, I did like that. But Hard Home, fucking love that episode, man. Oof.
It's a really strange phenomenon, but because we mentioned this before, but me, Ryan, and Nick Diorio did a conversation on specifically about where my faith was lost with Game of Thrones, and I would say this episode's done the same thing as that did, but in the same vein. Keep watching. And Hard Home, I remember where I was when I saw it. I was like, fuck, that was a good episode. Jesus. Okay, the show's still got like, we're still in, sort of. We're still, they fucked up a bunch of stuff, but we're still in. We still can do some stuff here. And then you had Battle of the Bastards, which not the same as Hard Home. Like it's
6 is a season of like crazy highs and really bad lows.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a real mixed bag. So it's tough because I mean, ironically, in the same way that George never finished the fucking story, if Game of Thrones had ended with Rhaenyra sailing towards Westeros and the fucking music playing and the dragons flying, we never saw anything again. We all would have been better off,
Yeah. Because then we got the Wall in season 7, and unlike Battle of the Bastards and Hard Home, that didn't make everyone go, fucking hell, that was amazing. They were like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Not sure if it was the writing or Patty's acting, but I miss Viserys so much at this point. Yep.
There's both. And that's the shame, right? Like, we have seen them make changes to the material that is far worse than what we saw, but also far better. Like Viserys is all on the showrunners and like the people involved with this that made those changes.
And George admitted he was better in the show.
Right.
And
but
Aegon
then also had some real fuck ups.
Aegon is far more interesting.
Mhm.
I mean, not you're supposed to like him, but you can understand him a little more, and he's funny as hell. So
there's no way after season 1 that I would have felt like sympathy or whatever for the character of Aegon. But I think they do a really good job. I think he's one of the high points of season 2. Like I think Aegon's character development and arc in season 2 is really compelling. Because he's another person who's just been fucking failed by their parents, who repeated the mistakes of their parents for utilizing them for political gain and pushing them into something they really weren't sure if they wanted to do, but okay. Like Aegon is exactly the same. What Otto did to Alicent did to fucking Aegon. And he's completely unprepared. He's not ready for it. He wants to be liked. I think that Aegon actually wants to be a good ruler, but he just has no idea what the fuck that means at all.
And he's too like brazen with right? Like that rat catches shit. If you just done what Otto told you, man.
Sam Gilly for $5. I enjoyed the episode, but I'm probably just guilty of falling for the Damon key jangling. That man is so fucking fun to watch. He is. Matt Smith is a great actor, right? And
It's so true because it's such a rise of. It was like how stupid to go into that fucking castle on your own. I think it's pretty cool that he's killing these guys though. Look at him go. It's like no, but how stupid is it? Oh, but that's pretty fucking awesome though.
I think he's like outside of Doctor Who. I think he's finally getting his due. I didn't see him in The Crown, but finally getting his due with this show, and I think he'll be cast in much more stuff. And I think he's got a
Like Star Wars.
He dodged a bullet on that one.
Isn't he going to be in Sean Levy's movie?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
To make up for them cutting him out of Rise of Skywalker.
I think so. I mean, I don't know if that's why, but yeah.
Yeah. Probably not. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't think Matt Smith can save Star Wars. Go do something. Go back. No. I was gonna say go back to Doctor Who, but no, don't. Just don't. I recently rewatched 5 and 6. He's so fucking good as the Doctor.
He's bad in anything. I haven't seen Morbius, but I assume he's good in it.
Yeah, but it's funny. Dead. He's probably dude. That's hilarious.
He's fun in Morbius. Yeah.
He's more money than Supergirl.
It did, and he was in that Darren Aronofsky film as the punk rock. I'm forgetting the name, and he was good in that. Too. Yeah. I enjoyed the episode, but I just read that one. Sorry. All right. We got 44 Magnum Norris for 20 says, so my prediction is Sarah Hess wants to destroy Rhaenyra's motherhood in exchange for a girl boss who goes mental. Are we on that path now? She's on a path.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're going to stick with that.
Knows where the fuck she's going. I don't know what the plan for the fucking showrunners is.
Let's just say this is a Song of Ice and Fire, written by George R. R. Martin. So you're not getting a happy ending. I wouldn't expect that at all. That's not what he does. But I don't even think we're going to get the bittersweet ending that we were supposed to get with the Song of Ice and Fire. We'll see. It's going to be tough to figure out where they end it. That's always been the biggest problem with this. We shall see. And it's only one more season.
I just watched a trailer, or I just saw a trailer go by on Twitter of like, because I didn't see what's coming next on episode 3. Didn't have time. It just came up here. And there's like a couple sequences of Rhaenyra like being very uncomfortable on the throne as if she's been sitting there for a while.
So they'll probably do it.
I fucking hope
they have to do it. That's really important.
It is.
I always like Bela. What bothers me is she and Rhaena should be quarter black, and they're not.
They're pretty dark. That Valerian blood runs deep.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I mean, they should be. They should be a quarter black. Yeah, like they're very dark.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna do a few more. We'll get the rest tomorrow morning on Nerdrotic Live and Rumble. Because I got to go to bed. A lot of streaming. Don't laugh, Mahler. Don't. You too, Fringy.
I was just watching that promo.
I hear you, Gary. Yeah. This is my 3rd stream of the day, too.
You're right about the looking uncomfortable on the throne, which is it's going to be cool. But Massaria is in the fucking building.
Yeah. We have some left over from last week, too. So I'm going to get those tomorrow, too, on Nerdrotic Live and Rumble, 11 a.m. Central. How does Rhaena's argument make any sense? Even if they don't know who the writer of Sheep Stealer is, they know it came from the Veil. They're coming one way or another, and may assume it was the Veil themselves that wrote it. Griff Nizzle. I mean,
she's a moron. She's kneecapped herself already. There's loads of people who just saw Sheep Stealer and her. She's screwed.
Yeah, and I still don't know how they know it's Sheep Stealer based on what we know or don't know. Like, if this is the book, I would understand how they'd be able to recognize Sheep Stealer because Sheep Stealer was hanging around for a long time in Dragonstone. But apparently it's news to everybody that there's a fucking dragon in the Veil. At least to the person who's super obsessed with dragons because that's all they've ever wanted, and their entire inherent value in their father's eyes and in her mother's eyes is tied to having a dragon. Like, I do like think that they've done like the work for that character, even with very few scenes, to recognize that yes, having a dragon is super important to Rhaena, and she feels useless because Daemon didn't pay any fucking attention to her because she didn't have a dragon. And then her mother, like, instead of reassuring her, like, you don't need a dragon, whatever, she's like, it's okay if yours didn't hatch. Like, I just went and claimed Vhagar. Like, I did that. So eventually you'll claim a dragon too, right? Saying that, no, that is tied to your worth as a person. Like, I get that. However, the idea that that person who's obsessed with dragons didn't know about one in the Vale makes me wonder why anybody would.
And why would a dragon be in the fucking Vale? There's a reason they hang out on Dragonstone.
There's a lot of sheep there.
Yeah. But there isn't a volcano where they can get warm. Our hilts hurt. What's up, guys? You probably did a stream tonight. I'll watch it later. For $1.99. Chad Damon versus Virgin Alice Rivers.
I was on with Our Hilts Hurt last Monday.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I had a lot of fun with those guys.
Forest Beyond the Trees for 20 says Reese Efans was cast in Star City, a spin-off for All Mankind, which are both alt history shows of the space race with heavy feminist progressive themes. Yep. Oh, Ronald D. Moore. Yeah, that's I couldn't get through for All Mankind. I know Rob loves it, but it's like, oh no. It is a very much an Apple TV show. By the way, Silo's back. Mahler, season 3. Yeah. When I saw him in the trailers, I figured he was not long for House of the Dragon.
I mean, if it is as simple as he's just decided to pursue other shit and so was unavailable, and that's what they wrote as a result, it's like, well, I guess that's one thing. I assume this was on purpose, though.
It also made the argument that rape is worse than treason, says Griff Nizzle for 20.
I mean, we went over it. That scene is awful, and it's designed to bail her out, but also have the guards ready to have Daemon battle against. It's so fucking clunky, dude.
Brian Townsend for 20. My favorite part was when Rhaenyra looked at the camera and said, "This is Hello Darkness, my old friend," from Disturbed's 2015 album Immortalized. It's because I am sad. Then she skateboarded all the way down Dragonstone.
That was a good scene.
It was great.
Imagine grinding down that whole like path.
Yeah, man.
You know? That'd be nuts.
I did some skating today. Digital skating.
Oh
yeah.
To Northern California in 1999 is when that takes place.
Allegedly. Did you get told that apparently they were going to set it in the 80s, but then they realized the 80s are oversaturated, so they changed it to the late 90s? But
the late 90s?
I mean, it's the thing everyone does, like, welcome to mixtape on a CD.
On a CD. That's what started. I like, this makes no sense. Especially in 1999. You know, I guess there were still cassettes, but not much. I mean, you were like that was the year of Napster, right? 99, 2000, maybe sooner.
They focused on the disc a lot, and it's like, you guys called it mixtape.
Called it mixtape. And it doesn't feel like it's in even 1999 at all. And the voice acting is fucking terrible. Good Lord. I am Brockatron for 10 Canadian pesos. In my opinion, this is by far the worst episode. The writing and even directing the scene with Aegon and Laris felt like comedy to me. The feeling of Game of Thrones and every other episode wasn't really there. Choreography. Okay, thank you guys. Was lazy.
I still think the season 1 episode is the worst one. But this one, close second for me, I guess.
So I didn't notice too much about the choreography. I guess Shad didn't. We didn't get to hear Shad speak about it. But
I think he mentioned he really liked the fighting in this.
Yeah,
I didn't notice anything too egregious other than the whole like 1 by 1 by 1 shit.
Yeah, the things that is going to happen, like everyone just happens to, instead of coming from 5 from one direction. Yeah,
and if you count planning and strategy as choreography or whatever, as opposed to the specific fighting, I don't know. And they had a lot of flourishes I thought were really cool. Like Aemon's doing his like fucking backhanding and taking other guys.
He's like got a reverse grip on fucking backfire with a dagger in his hand. Yeah.
Brackens are illiterate scum. Okay. I'm just going to say that right now. Dishonorable, illiterate scum. Cutting fish feed is criminal. I agree. They cut a lot.
Sometimes I don't get it because you have that forests, you have all the guys there and all of the fucking outfits. It's like, dude, just film a bit more shit. Like, I don't know, just
Dude.
you could even, the fight we saw the end of with Damon in episode 1. It's like, could you maybe just everyone's there, just
they're there. Everything doesn't have to be epic. There's a way to shoot it where you still show the fight. Maybe just show Damon kicking some ass, particularly after a season of him like tripping balls on like werewood acid.
That scene from season 2 where the Blackwoods and Brackens are fighting, and it just starts off as them like, get off my lawn and put that shit back.
Yeah.
And then you blink and it's shifted to the end of the battle.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's an effective way to do it and save on the budget you would need for it, while still like acknowledging that it's happened and what's going on and what led to it. But yeah, is all the budget going to dragons in the show?
It must
I
be.
think so, yeah. Hey, you liked Caraxes drinking some water,
Bro.
right?
I loved
And it looked
watching
good.
little Caraxes, the bloodworm, just gulping up some water. I love
Thirsty.
Caraxes. Every sound that fucking dude makes, every time he's in the air wriggling around with his little fucking back legs, I do love Caraxes.
And the effects look
They're good.
1,000 times better than Supergirl.
And it's cool in isolation. And it's cool to see a clip of, right? When the story's not hitting, it's not as rewarding. But like, seeing Vagar fucking bank out of the clouds and like come around Harrenhal, that old bitch with her fucking neck and shit.
Yeah.
Vagar looked incredible. The holes in Vagar's wings look awesome.
That is a
The
hag of a
dragons are
dragon.
done for the most part extraordinarily well. Like
They're all so identified uniquely.
Yep.
So,
yeah, they all have different designs. They don't all just look like the same dragon but a different color, kind of like how
Mhm.
Dany's dragons look in Game of Thrones. That like Sheep Stealer looks really fucking cool and feral.
I feel like Sea Smoke is probably the most dragon-looking dragon for what you'd expect, but all the others, like even Vermithor's mouth looks like loads of swords that have been awkwardly fucking shoved in. It looks awesome.
yeah,
then,
like Cyrax looks like kind of just like this little squat fat bitch, kind of like what Rhaenyra should look like, honestly.
Yeah, there's loads of cool. Is it Silverwing? Right, is the one with
Mhm.
what a profile. Those fucking horns
Yep.
and shit. It's like, yeah.
Totally off topic. Wanted to ask you while you're here. What do you think about Rob Hardy being the cinematographer for Supergirl? He done Ex Machina,
Oh,
Annihilation, and Mission Impossible Fallout. Like, so he's done some really
dude.
good looking movies.
There is something that goes on in Hollywood where you get talented people and they're just shoved into the fucking meat grinder and everything that they're known for becomes irrelevant.
It's nice to know that the DC universe will be exactly the same as the MCU in terms of it doesn't matter who you get, whatever it is about the way that they make movies destroys art.
Yeah,
because it's funny, Gary, you being like, it's better than Supergirl. I could totally picture House of the Dragon being like, stop helping me. Like, it's better than this. Like, okay.
Book of Grudges
I can't believe that thing made $68 million worldwide. Like,
that's unbelievable.
it's less than Morbius. Like,
Yeah.
And Morbius costs a lot less money to make. Like
exactly. Morbius is $75 million budget. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, that cost $82 million to make.
Yeah,
like those at least are flops that are like, well, it's not the end of the world. This
To be fair, though, like just out of curiosity with these, because Morbius 2022, which is a healthier time, so it kind of makes it. Because like Supergirl should have more name recognition for sure than Morbius, but like,
especially coming off the heights of the massive success of Superman.
Yeah,
everyone was
it was a
excited for this
massive
universe,
success,
right?
right?
Yeah, it was a massive success. Thor: The Dark World made more money than it, not even adjusted for inflation. You adjusted for inflation, that's pretty dire.
But yeah, the Birds of Prey was 2020, so that's like a borderline layup. 2019, that was like the peak of you could
Well, yeah,
put a
it's
fucking
because
poop
it
out
was
and
it
you
was
get
before
money.
COVID. It was just before all of the COVID stuff happened. So yeah.
Because to me, Supergirl is just doing exactly what I think all of us should have expected anyway.
Well, it's actually doing worse than probably even we expected. I mean, this was below the projections that they had coming into the weekend.
I thought between 250 to 300 would struggle to hit 300, and that would have been an embarrassing failure, right?
Of course,
with the budget, with everything factored in.
It's
this
even
thing's
worse.
not hitting 200 million.
No, it's a beautiful thing, honestly. I'm so ready for this DC universe to be fucking dead.
It could be like 130, 140.
That's so fucking funny.
That's insane and hilarious. Absolutely. Made more hilarious by how much Superman was gassed up by so many.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, I mean, let's be real. What are the prospects of Man of Tomorrow? It's going to make less than the first movie, which didn't even do as well as it needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all downhill.
Because it's funny you said as much as 300 million. I capped it at 40% on a prediction, which did I put it for like
250. 250. Yeah.
And it's not even going to make that. But what would you do as the same sort of logic for Man of Tomorrow? Would you say like, what percentage of Superman does it make?
I think 75% is the cap.
I think Man of Tomorrow could do like 550, even 600, but I don't know.
I think between 400, 500 million would be.
I think that's more reasonable.
I think, and I saw this on Twitter, so I'm not claiming this, but I agree with it. Eric Weber said it. I think there's a possibility they delay Man of Tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, I mean, where could they move it to though? Because I mean, Secret Wars is Oh, you mean like delay it by a year?
By a year.
There's a problem with that, which is James Gunn's contract. James Gunn and Peter Safran's contract runs out, I believe, in April or May of 2027, which is right before Man of Tomorrow is supposed to come out in theaters.
Yeah,
they can have Joss Whedon come in and finish it.
If he does it under a different name, maybe.
Yeah.
But I just saw this.
Ross Jeeden.
Ross Jeeden, yeah.
Ross Jeeden.
Ross Jeeden.
On the note of all this shit, I just saw this. So, because I assume you guys have seen a lot of speculation that the DCU Batman is getting cast soon. Like,
yes, absolutely.
John Campea said he's been cast, but he can't say the name.
Well, I've just seen rumors are saying Gunn might have his Batman. We're told it could be Tom Brittany. However, there appears to be a wrench in the machine. We're told there is chaos behind the scenes over Gunn getting to use Batman at all. The issue has to do with Matt Reeves and his own Batman universe of movies. Quote, Reeves doesn't want anything to interfere with his Batman and has concerns because Gunn has been all over the place without a clear plan. We all know this.
Yeah, no, it's so fun. It's so funny for it to be said. It's like, oh, yes, you think Matt Reeves, the guy who's actually been successful with his DC stuff with the Batman and Penguin, even though, he's executive producer, but still it's in his world. Meanwhile, you've got this idiot who's come along with this incoherent plan. Yeah. So it's Creature Commandos, an Amanda Waller TV show that didn't materialize. Then we're going to do Superman. Then The Authority. Oh, that didn't materialize.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a Booster Gold show. Oh, where's that? And a prequel Wonder Woman Paradise Island, like TV
Game of
show.
Thrones style Paradise Lost show.
And then you've got this guy here just like, seems a bit shit. I don't really want to be a part of this. It's like, really? Wow, what a surprise.
And Ellison could drop the hammer on any of this stuff if he wants to. I don't think he will right away, but yeah. Book of Grudges for 10. There was a time when I would have cared about Rhaenyra's grief. That time is long past. To me, she's already a corpse. I'm just waiting for the show to catch up with me. It will eventually. With a lot of people, there'll be a lot of corpses. We'll do two more. Then we got to get out of here.
What if Rhaenyra doesn't die at the end, Gary? What if she goes north of the wall to become one of Craster's wives?
Yeah, that'd be a good fate.
How old is Craster?
He ain't around, but he could be a.
No, but it would be funny if he was like fucking 300 or whatever.
Now Daemon Targaryen possibly living. That that is a possibility. They never found the body. So Damon.
I mean, the fact that they just say like, remember what I said. Don't come back here, David, because you will die at Harrenhal. That's what everything that's been said in the show. Or
Croccast for $10. The attempted rape scene existed solely to show how bad the patriarchy is. Unfortunately for the show, it doesn't land when the matriarchy is equally degenerate and much more incompetent. Yep.
Like Rhaenyra effectively, according to the rules of rape that people set forth today, right? The power and like whatever, like Rhaenyra raped Kristen. We don't know exactly what happened with Alicent and Kristen, but certainly there's a fucking power imbalance there.
Yeah.
So
the annoying thing is Einrod had all the cards. He knew about the history. He had her dead to rights with the King's Guard, and he had all the. It's just like you threw it all away. And it's not the truth is he didn't throw it away. The fucking writer forced him to because they didn't know how to get out of this fucking spot.
Yeah. One does not simply cast Graham McTavish and Vincent Regan and not use them, but they did. They might as well have cast Shad. He'd happily spend all day walking around in full armor and would have cost less. Says Al. Swearing.
No, yeah. Do you remember when Graham McTavish left the show? We were like, hopefully he'll be back. You know.
He's all, no, I got to do The Witcher. Poor guy. Great actor. Just Jenny says, keep it on track. God damn it. Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong one. This one. Don't give a fuck about Supergirl or the DCEU. I'm here for one thing. Keep it on track, please. Absolutely.
Sorry for our fucking 3-hour, 25-minute conversation that included 5 minutes of something else. Just Jenny. We'll do better.
Yeah, come on.
We'll do better.
Every scene.
The have you betrayed your queen? And the wah got me. Not gonna lie. All right, this will be the last one. Thank you, Just Jenny, by the way. Jay Peterman for $19.99. Super off topic. Loving the Buffy vids. Mahler saying he watched it at 9 had me pricing out Botox. We had Buffy watch parties before heading to the bars back in the day. Buffy Balboa Cafe. Oh, I know where that. Yeah, San Francisco 2000s. RK. I love Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, that's right. My man. Or my girl, maybe. I don't know which one you are, Jay Peterman.
Would it have been to have been doing shows like this back in when good TV was really coming out all the time? How fucking cool would that have been?
That's what Gary used to do for Arrowverse shows.
Yes.
Gary was doing live stream reactions to season 6, episode 3 of Arrow.
Yep. I was doing live stream reactions to Game of Thrones, Evil, Ash vs. Evil Dead, Westworld.
When did you start? Do you remember?
I started doing it regularly in 2015, 16.
Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, though, imagine going back to like the 80s and 90s and being able to do stuff like this.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Obviously, you can get together with people. I just mean, because remember the bars and all that, the viral videos of watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, the Game of Thrones watch parties. Yeah, that's how I found the Millennium Fandom Bar, the place we do meetup. I went to a watch party there when we were in Vegas to watch.
Do you remember a lot of people cite that as the reason the show fell to shit? Is because they started designing it for that.
Yep. So those two women they always show at that one Boston bar that were crying. This will be the last one. Seth Cruz for $4.99. How was Allison's plan to walk out of the city when Helena had freaking Dreamfire? Guess they were just going to abandon Dreamfire.
Well,
that is one of the only, not one of the, it's one of the only dragons. There's a handful of like wild ones stuff we haven't seen, but I don't think we may have seen one shot of Dreamfire when they came to Lena's funeral. Right?
Maybe. I thought, did we see Dreamfire when Aemond as a kid was wandering in the dragon pit? Do you remember that?
Maybe. We might have seen Dreamfire there. But like in the source material, like we don't know too much about Helena. They've created a lot of stuff for this, with her being a little autistic and a dreamer and like all these things. But the one thing we know is that she's just kind of fat, happy, and her favorite thing to do in the world is riding Dreamfire. So unless that's a nickname for Aegon's fucking dick that got burned off, we really haven't seen that in the show.
The dragon made a brief appearance in season 1 when she emerged from the shadows of the dragon pit to breathe fire and scare off Aemon Targaryen. In season 2, she was seen in the background of the dragon pit, and the season 2 finale confirmed she is still alive and bonded to Helena.
And just to be clear, Dreamfire is a fucking huge dragon as well, right? Like one of the biggest that exists right now, along with, I think, is she bigger than Caraxes?
Maybe size-wise.
Caraxes
is a little weirdo.
Like Aegon was still around.
I think
the
way to put it,
I
think she's bigger than Meleese. I think, because I remember reading about this.
She's one of the biggest. Like, I don't think she's Vermithor size, but she's big.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks to the chat again. We'll get the rest tomorrow morning.
Are you not caught up? I thought you were.
Oh no, I got a lot more.
Oh, you've been skipping some.
I got a lot more to go. So we'll get them tomorrow. Mañana. So I can get some sleep. I've spent the last 3 days staying up till like 4 in the morning working on that video. So what do you got coming up, Fringy?
I'm just working, I'm just working away for the time being.
That's good. Keep busy.
Yeah.
Mahler.
Tomorrow I'll do some more Resident Evil 2 remake for the fun, and then Real BBC Tuesday. Then I think I can't make it to open bar this week, and EFAP's off this week. A lot of people were like, "Oh, what pre-recorded EFAP is coming out?" Like, no EFAP, because we're actually ahead of schedule. It's because we had a bunch of episodes for like all kinds of different shit. So
yeah,
we'll put something out, but it's not like there's no EFAP this week. It's kind of where I'm going. Okay. But we'll eventually do some House of the Dragon, though I don't know exactly who we're going to drag kicking and screaming into it, because Ryan, you don't do Saturdays, do you? And I mean, it's somewhat redundant, but
a little bit, yeah.
We did this to you with season 2, though, didn't we?
I think so, yes.
Do you remember when we had to re-record a whole episode because my microphone wasn't fucking picked up?
We were probably it was probably a better episode, though.
Yeah, I think it was streamlined because we, like, a lot of people weren't sure about certain things, and then the second time around, it was like, no, yeah, we got all this.
Yeah, we sound like such experts,
But yeah, so we'll do House of Dragon eventually as well. We'll probably do 2 blocks on EFAP. But we did an episode recently on Supergirl where we spent a lot of it talking about how much of a fucking disaster the DCU is, and how it seems I don't even know how to put this. Like, its fans seem to be turning on it.
There's blood in the water, and now everybody's sort of ravenous, trying to figure out who is to blame or what's to be made of this. When it's pretty simple. There's one obvious person to blame, and it's over. It's really not complicated.
But we should also blame Peter Safran. Let's not forget.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Peter Safran. Peter Safran has
that dude is a loser.
6 DC movies, and 4 of them have been horrific flops.
Yeah, and the only reason it was a success is because he was attached to James Wan, who is like, I don't, whatever you say about him as a director, he is successful. He knows how to make movies to make money.
And if Superman was so great, this wouldn't be a problem. Nobody would be announcing that it's dead. So it turns out it wasn't. Sorry, go on.
Well, I was just gonna say we actually rewatched the opening slate that James Gunn did.
Yeah,
on EFAP. It was fucking funny, dude.
I talk about that all the time because half of that shit never has fucking happened. Half of it's been reordered or delayed or whatever.
Renamed.
It's laughable.
Yep.
Yeah. It was entertaining as hell. And we're not too far away, right? Like 2 months or something from when we'll get the actual numbers from Superman, right? Something like that.
Well, the
real numbers, which I wonder if anyone's going to give a shit, or if we can.
The parts that were shot in the UK. A lot of Superman was shot in America, though.
Well, I don't think Superman was shot in the UK.
I'm almost certain some of it was, right?
It was shot in Ohio and a little bit in like Greenland or Iceland or some shit. I don't know if any was UK.
Supergirl's
primarily
UK,
shot here.
I could have sworn it was. Give me a sec. I'll try and find out.
Yeah.
No, I think Ryan's right that a lot of it was shot in Ohio, like in Cleveland.
Yeah, because we got tax documents from Ohio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that weren't supposed to come out.
By the
I love how
program-
I'm like Superman shot in the UK. It says yes, the franchise has been known to shoot in the UK. It's like no.
Thanks.
Superman, new Superman. It's like yes, Superman's sequel, Man of Tomorrow, was filmed in the UK. And I'm like, bro, like you just want to know the fucking.
Programming note: our Hilts Hurt coverage of House of Dragons tomorrow at 7. So there you go. There you go.
There you go.
I just released a Supergirl video. I'm going to be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central, like I said, on Nerdrotic Live and Rumble, so we can get the rest of these soups. And I'm going to go to bed. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Hopefully they rally, but it's written by Sarah Hess.
Yeah.
I'm not holding out, but
We'll
thanks
be
to
back.
thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to the lurkers. Thanks to everybody who participated. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you later,
Bye.
everybody.